Hey guys, I'm back. Uh, I I wish it didn't take me so long, but like again, just like I am working on the pacing issue, but then again, it went to 4 days this time, but I was busy with our recording, but now I was busy with other games. So yeah, I'm gonna try to make this video as long as maybe 3 hours this time, because the last video was barely 2 hours. It's not gonna be split in parts, it's gonna be in one go. So yeah. Yet somehow people like me are innately attracted to a person like me. Just as a sunflower cradles its necks towards the sun. Besides, sunflower seeds are really tasty too.
恋人っぽくっていうのは明日からでいいですか?
Oh, sure. That works. At that moment, my stomach loud the old noise. Mulling over competition like this really works up an appetite. Looked in my bag for my lunchbox, but it wasn't there. Oh, I forgot my lunchbox.
家に置いてきちゃったんですか?
No, it's in the classroom. I forgot to bring it with me this time.
そうだ.
It's nothing to
も
worry
しよか
about
っ
it.
たら明日からレイ先輩のお弁当も作っていきましょうか?
Oh, those
協力して
lunchbox.
もらうお礼に。自分とお父さんの分と一緒なので、お金持ちの人の下には合わないかもしれないですけど。
Mia looked at me, timidly waiting for my response. You know, wealth doesn't affect a person's taste. My feelings. Maid usually
ま
makes
ず
my
お
watch.
家にメイドさんがいるのが普通じゃないです。
Touche. But in any case, a handsome lunchbox. I said hands. But in any case, I handmade lunchbox from a girl, huh? I thought I could drink a chew, but thinking that I'm more pussy, I shook my head. Nah, I don't think you have
恋人っ
to.
ぽいかなって。
It's probably going a little too far, though. I wouldn't want you to ruin a good night like that for yourself. Miu's
あ
eyes
りが
widened
とう
and
ご
she
ざいま
smiled.
す。それなら
You're welcome.
クッキーか何か焼いてきます。お菓子を作るのが好きなんです。
I love that.
楽しみにしていてください。
She flashed a smile that sparkled as brilliantly as the sun on a summer day, and I couldn't help but smile back. That said, while I didn't pay much mind to it, through our conversation, I wondered, did Miu like me the same way she liked Shuji? I knew it wouldn't be wise to get ahead of myself with wishful thinking, but things were slapping up to be quite interesting. School came to an end. I thought about talking to Shuji again, but he dashed out of home immediately, just as if he knew that I wouldn't talk to him. He's not answering my text here. Where did he go? I put my phone away and looked around. While I was hanging around home road waiting for Shuji to answer me, I realized that I had already missed my opportunity to retire and back time by 5 minutes and find him before he left school. If he were going straight home, he'd take the bar, but he might have decided to walk return to bed to avoid me. Made my mind out looking for a minute to convert calm that I usually took. I read in the song while I was looking for him in Central Park, but look here, directly in the center of downtown, Shuji's name. Contrary to expectation, the person I encountered was actually Makoto, not Shuji. Makoto.
レイ君
Telling it to a girl on the street was not something I'd ever normally do. But I had something I needed to ask her. Have you seen Shuji around here?
見てないよ
And nursery, I guess I'll have to get
鬼ごっ
back
こでもしてるの
across tomorrow. Sure.
男子は楽しそうだな
Makoto's speech is casual and laid back.
違
Is
う
your
よ
house over
ちょっと
this
散歩して
way?
るだけ私の家はレイ君と同じ方向
Oh shit, they were this. I wondered why she knew where my house was, but I guess this statutory estate would stand out. I can't conceal my last name from anyone, especially my classmates. Man, going to watch sounds like a pretty modest hobby.
天気がいい日はあれを見るのが好きなんだよね
Makoto looked up at the sky. And that direction was the other major symbol of her town, aside from the monorail, the town Mariam. Both the monorail and the Mariam were signed with the moths that their shapes together would resemble a giant sundial from an aerial view of the town.
沢渡くんの家がモノレールと一緒に作ったんだよね
It's not like I broke the ground on them or anything, though. My family being brought up in conversation was a surefire way to get me annoyed.
いいことじゃ
Makoto
ん
was too smiling.
モ
Though.
ノレールはみんなが便利に使ってるしこの公園は私好きだしレイ君と話すことがあったらそれは言っておこうと思ったんだよねありがとうって
It wasn't a big deal. Makoto was more outgoing than I had thought. I wish Miyu could be half as good at making conversation as Makoto was.
でもあのモニュメントを作るときにそばの家とはちょっと揉めたよね
Yeah. Oh right, when there was storms that such a big structure would block out the sun at certain times of day for certain buildings in the area. I
あ
expect you to know about that.
ちょっとね
For some reason, Makoto was suddenly a bit flustered. But why? Wait, that's not. I still had some memories of the disagreement over this match. When I was a kid, the Clark and Myra were still under construction. One day, my late grandfather told me about the word fixer. I asked my grandfather what the unfamiliar word meant, and he told me to remember it well because it might be useful in the future. A fixer is a person with influence and connections who is able to grease the wheels of society by negotiating or resolving disputes. A fixer doesn't necessarily break the law himself, but there's a good chance he has a pre-pass to some of the or undesirable elements of society. There are many people like that in the city, aside from one particular family rumored to have connections to the Yakuza. Don't you? No, I really had met someone before. I completely forgot given how hard it turned to be about my family. If the Sororari family in the public face of this town... If the Sororari family... The Sororari family is the public face of this town, then the Jin family is the hidden face. Soon after the parks and Myra construction projects were complete, members of both families were invited to a party to memorialize the occasion. That's where I met the Joichi family hatchers. I don't know how to say that Japanese word. He appeared to be a quiet man in a suit, but when I heard the way his voice carried as he ordered his butler to take his coat, I could sense he was not a normal man. And that young girl I saw at the party, who was clearly a member of his, don't tell me that was actually Makoto. Suddenly my vision went hazy.
余計なことを思い出した
I
か
knew it. Oh, I knew it! She was hiding her true personality. Okay, there's no way I would've- Yeah, I thought this might happen. Forgetting my senses, I realized Makoto had pulled me directly in front of her face and was staring daggers at me.
黙れ。
Makoto? Yeah, I thought that might be the case. Yes, man, Yes, man, I'll put a lock and key over my mouth so you won't hear a peep
本
out of
当
me
に
until you give me
無駄
permission
に
to
よ
speak
く
again.
回る下だね。私がエンマ様の代わりに抜いてあげようか。
Good luck with that. You'll probably be dead before you get away with that. He can pretty much fix anything. Of course, to respond to that. The always easygoing Makoto had seemingly transformed into another person entirely, and she had me right by my necktie.
せっかく1年以上誰にも知られずに生活できてたのに。
Yeah, well, too bad. He just showed who you actually are. I guess we all
黙
have
る
stuff
んじゃ
to
なか
hide.
ったの。
At least let me make my
男なら言い
excuses
訳
first.
なんかせず背筋を伸ばしてなさい。
Jesus Christ. Our issue is... I wondered in the back of my head if that was seriously her most important motivation for being a man. It's true that people are psychopaths in one word or another. This is not the ideal time to point out, but she smelled nice. In any other situation, I would set my heart right. No, my heart was already racing for the wrong reason. Would it be a problem if everyone knew the truth about you?
沢渡りのお坊ちゃんなら思い当たる節はあるんじゃない？私は静かに暮らしたかっただけなのにな。
Bro, you're a psychopath. Okay, so what? Are they part of like the Yakuza or something crazy? Makoto looks like she was back to normal for a second, giving a detached sign on her situation. But usually it's always the crazy ones who say that though.
私は仇として生きていけって言われてるの。
Yeah, right. Makoto pulled tighter on my necktie, continuing to stare me down. So basically, you're frightening me not to tell anyone else about your family. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure you're threatening him. That's against Japanese law. Right? Yeah, that seems... Bro, this is like a Kushida situation. Holy crap. That's not what it sounded like a minute ago.
さっきから喋りっぱなしじゃない？
Makoto, yes, you. I think Makoto's sense was still uncomfortably close to mine, so I could instantly see the blood rushing to her cheeks. Right, but thank the ashy customer in the previous Taiwan. It's just you seem so loudly most of the time, but seeing you drop that and go kneel on my ass like this isn't bad either, you know.
今はそういう話をしてるんじゃないでしょ？
But you're so close to me right now. I can't believe you grasped. Makoto's voice caught in her throat, and she started panicking. She wanted to retreat, but since she was the one who grabbed me first, she seemed confused about what to do. Evidently, the clumsy, carefree side behind no saw was anything but she's cute, funny, and really is young. I feel like I should move her up a few places on my list of cute girls. Nothing like a dominant woman.
私のことは黙っているのよ。
Of course, I'm known for being a tack turn kind of guy.
どう考えてもその逆の評価しか受けてないと思うんだけど。
I actually get to see his face? Well, in any case, even if he hadn't for me, it's not like I had any
困
motive
ってい
to.
る女の子に言い寄るなんて正体を表したわね。沢渡りの御曹司。
Whoa. Who the hell? My head snapped towards the direction of the voice shouting, direction that wouldn't have been at. Oh! need. That wasn't her? The voice is coming from higher ground, from the top of the stairs leading up the hill. There on the hill stood one young woman, pointing directly at me with what was supposed a unflappable confidence. Yeah, you're a pain in my ass. Do me a favor and fuck off. Misaki declared her maid with no room for doubt. No room for doubt that she was out of her damn mind! Does it seriously look like I'm knocking on her right now? She'd appeared with no warning whatsoever, so Makoto was every bit as dumbfounded as I was. Misaki evidently misinterpreted my reactions as her face curved into a triumphant smile. You are such a pain in my ass. For our justice, you sure seem to be doing a lot of crying. Misaki stumped her flying gag. Isn't this the same bitch who ran away just because she found these? I don't like how this. I don't like how they're treating this guy. I think the amount of disrespect is crazy. I had to. She has his. What do you mean she has her hand on his tie? How is he supposed to unhand himself? Can you even see me as a who? Not a who right now? Oh my god. You cannot be this dumb. I shot a side glance at Makoto, who still had me by the necktie. T1, yeah, I'll give the SR fight. Makoto snapped out of it. She finally stepped away. Oh my god! Can you not understand what's happening? After her melodramatic declaration, Misaki greedily began running down the stairs. What have I done to deserve this? I don't know, you tell me. Miss Oldie, Makoto asked a perfectly reasonable question. A friend of my sister, though I have a feeling she might know my sister firsthand as well. Well, fuck. And don't worry, neither do I. You are a dumb fuck. It didn't take long for Misaki to reach the bottom of the stairs. She was playing the hero in the situation telling Mrs. Complete with corny expository dialogue. Basically a dumb bitch who don't know what the fuck she's doing. Bro, stop calling him by his last name! Like, clearly he doesn't like... Joe, the one person I met who acts nothing like my first impression of, I guess. Yeah, what a fucking bitch. Yeah, fuck off. Doggos, let her wait and die if they don't have some sort of secret behind. Yeah, you're both nutcases. We're putting you to the asylum. I think that's the only reason. Makoto shot back with a acrimonious retort. Just let me be clear about one thing. I wasn't hitting on the Chloe here, okay? She was the one who started it. Fuck off. Misaki, who naturally had no reason to twist my words, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't need another Kushida. Too many Kushidas in my life. Sure, bud. Oh, for the love of fucking God. Makoto wanted help clear up his misunderstanding, so I gotta take the blame for it. She angrily understood that herself as she glanced at me apologetic. She's cute, so I suppose I can forgive her. Anyway, I'd really appreciate it if you could stop yelling my family name over and over and so you could do your favorite shut the fuck up, fuck off, and shut the fuck
あ
up.
なた沢渡の御曹司でしょ。それならそれらしくシャキッとしなさいよ。
Oh, yeah, I would not act like that, so, yeah, you can fuck up. The way she said that made it hard to tell whenever she was chastising me or trying to spur me on. I guess she has a lot of pride in being into you. Yeah.
私帰っていい？
Yeah, you can go, and then I'm gonna go home. Hey, you've sold me out enough already
それな
here.
らレイ君も一緒に帰ろうか。
No, I think I have less opinion of you just before. I guess a girl can't be cute without her being crazy in some way. Okay, see you, Misaki. Don't go try and apprehend any strangers now, okay?
そんなことでごまかされるわけないでしょ。
Alright, my bitch. Okay, fuck off. Bye. Misaki stumps her feet against the ground again. Yeah, her and me would get along. They're both comedians. Yeah, I know first years like that.
すぐにあなたが極悪人だってことを
Yeah,
証明している
yeah,
んだか
for
ら。
all the same. Take your bitch into the next level, I really dare
大
you.
変だね、レイ君。
Yeah, it does suck. It does suck to be him. Makoto, everyone wanting to change the subject, told me the abridged story of my life these past few days.
だって
Man, I'm not
完
getting
全
much
に他
sympathy
人
from
事だも
you.
ん。
Yeah, it is not your problem. If you say so. Over the past 2 days, I've made an effort to befriend more girls, and as a result, I've met a genius girl with social society, a gangster daughter of the Yakuza, and a rich girl who doesn't seem to be playing with a full deck. I wonder if me use bad luck was contagious, since all these weird happenings seem to be piled up before me. That too made for a good abridged story of my life.
Ah, おバカじゃなかった。美咲さんともお会いしたんですね。
Yeah, she's very dumb. I asked Michiru about Misaki on our way to school the next day, and she didn't have the same impression of her as I did. I could have sworn you just called her the dumb one. She is the dumbest bitch out of all the bullies. She has to be the dumbest. In fact, her new name is Cal
私と
from
美
now
咲
on.
と美咲さんがうちのクラスの仲良し3人組なんですよ。
Okay. Naturally, she glossed that over when I pressed her about it. Her unseeing eyes alone were perfect at doing that. It's almost like they're the three stooges. You three have quite the balance of power. There's the good, the bad, and the ordinary. It certainly isn't Misaki or Miyu.
道では悪い子ですわ。
You know, it's not your fault you're friends with psychopaths. This isn't a time of day for that. Anyway, Misaki acted like I was her sore enemy or something since I'm a such a virtuous. So why is she friends with
手
you?
の目のことがありますから。
Machiru's, but
むしろ美
please
咲
got
さ
me
ん
in
は
her eyes after that.
学園では非常によく私を助けてくれています。
Okay, so she's nice to you, but hates this guy. That is something. Wow, she sounds like a devoted husband. You guys should get married.
可愛らしくてずっと手元に置いておくか食べてしまいたい
What was he in action? You can say some
Hold on.
scary things,
です
you
よ
know
ね。
that?
皆さんも好きでしょ？ああいう感じの子。
No.
いじると
Yeah,
楽しいですものね。
As siblings, we both assess Misaki's personality very harshly. I suspected since we were talking about her, she must have sneezed at that very moment. As we were walking the usual route to school, I spotted a familiar face. I could have ignored her, but I guess courtesy is everything.
Huh?
Bye, Makoto. Yeah, you're fucked, buddy. Alright! Makoto was in front of me. My bad. Makoto was in front of us. And turned around as I called to her. Morning.
おはよう。
You are the fake. Okay, never mind. Maybe she's not fake. She's a bit psychotic. Kushida 2.0. No, probably not Kushida. Kushida is just all eating bitch. Never mind. Makoto greeted me half-heartedly, but her face lit up when she noticed that my sister was with me.
確か、みちるちゃん。ええ。兄様、こちらの方は。
A psychopath. Stay away from her. She hates the clan. Jonchichi Makoto, a classmate of mine.
いつも兄がお世話になっております。
Michiro politely bowed to Makoto, as her acting like a perfect lady for everyone else but me.
噂通りのすごい子。
Seems you're quite the topic of conversation for other girls after all,
沢渡
Michiro.
の盲目のお姫様の方が有名だからね。そんな大層なものではありません。ところで、み
Makoto
ちる
slowly
ちゃ
came
ん。
over and stood beside me.
噂通りなら一人でも問題なく歩けるんだよね。ちょっと
Ah,
お兄さん
fuck.
を借りてもいい？
Alright. Where's the water? I'm jumping in the pool.
何か兄にご用ですか？
Lots of business that I don't want to be part of.
5体満足でみちるちゃんに返せるように努力はするから。
Yeah, we're gonna have feelings attached. What are you gonna do? This is kind of sudden. Michiru went ahead with eyes. She didn't really trust in Makoto's words. The two of us were left alone together. What's up, Makoto? Oh, fuck, she still had a big grin on her face. After one cursey went around to verify no one was watching, she dabbed me hard in the rib. I did it. Yeah. But jab didn't appear particularly forceful from a dancer's viewpoint, but it felt like a ton of bricks and had hit me. Wait, what'd you learn how to do this? It hurts like hell. Probably some Yakuza bite.
朝から女の子を呼び捨てとは来やすいですね。
Ooh, like I give a fuck. In sharp contrast to her award-winning smile, I felt a menacing one emanating from my entire being. Makoto-san, I believe you mayor and I had told me it was quite sensible to be waxed with the flowers in your presence. So if you don't like that, then you can kindly fuck off. I smiled cheaply as if I found myself speaking like
言
a
ってく
total
れますね。
sittle
お
hands.
坊ちゃん。
Kiddo? Oh no, I was not
私は
taking
TPO を
that
わきまえろ
impression.
って言ってるんだよ。あんな大きな声で親しげに名前を呼ばれたら変な噂が立つでしょ。
Yeah, whatever. Is greeting a classmate in the morning that much of a
呼
big
び捨てな
screaming
のが
deal
問
to
題
you?
だってこと。
Yeah. Whatever you say. Keep your bitchin'. I mean, surely you must know that it is perfect ordinary for me to address all my acquaintances without any honor fixings. May have. Correction. Well, that might have slipped your mind for it. But instant?
そういえばそうだった。ごめん。
Yeah, right.
叩いたのも早合点だったね。本当にごめん。さあ、私のことも全力で叩いてちょうだい。
Oh wait, no, it does show his face. I just was stupid, I didn't see it. Sorry, give me some.
呼び捨てなのが問題だってこと。
Wait, are we already on, Hey, they're on, We're gonna put every... Damn!
そういえばそうだ。
She hesitantly stepped away,
叩いたの
stood
も
up
早がって
straight,
んだ
and
ね。
puffed out her chest.
本当に
That
ごめ
was
ん。
crazy.
さあ私のことも。
Well, I really think that would give people the wrong idea too. Never in my life am I ever
よ
gonna
し
hit a
ってこ
woman.
とにしておいて。
Yeah, what do you say? Psychopath. Makoto laughed as if that was the end of that. This side of her, the likable and mysterious one, was something I couldn't bring myself to
ごめ
hate.
んねレイ君、妹さんとの投稿邪魔しちゃって。
No, it was nothing at all. Nope. I wanted to jokingly say your acting fucking sucks. But I didn't have the guts to word it that way. Still, maybe the clumsy clip to jump to conclusions side of Makoto was more the real her. Even if she really did seem ready to whoop my ass at the drop of the hat back there. You know, Makoto, you didn't have to keep acting like so anymore.
レイ君、その話を続けるんですか？
Hey, don't get mad. I'm trying to give you some serious advice here. I really think it'd be better if you were more
親が娘に
honest with yourself.
堅気として生きてくれって切実に願ってるんだよ。その心意気を汲んで、黒いものでも親が白と言うなら白だっていうのがこの役割でしょ。
You make it sound so straightforward, but I doubt other people would say you're being honest with you at all.
今の変だったかな。
Yeah, really weird. Her panicking face quickly turns crimson. See what I mean? It's more like you getting flustered at the weirdest things. Feeling I could get away with it now, I took the chance to gently plucked her on the head. Makoto looked at me in surprise. If you're talking about your family, though, I'm in the same boat. I know, like, you can't choose your own family, but I guess I can empathize with you a bit there. Like, I get it, your family is Yakuza, and you're trying to live an outstanding, abstaining life regardless, but you're going to be influenced by your family no matter what, and that doesn't have to be a bad thing. In any case, I think you're cute, so don't worry about it so much.
もう考えておく。
Damn, this Yakuza girl who could kill me at the... No, kill him at the drop of a hat. No, I feel like she could kill me right now. For the screen?
調子狂うな。
Makoto pouted with while averting her gaze from me. Well, all things considered, I guess I couldn't ask her to change her attitude overnight. It was for the best if you took things one step at a time, girl after all. If we could call her that, we could call her that, but... She is, no doubt, crazy. Alright guys, I'll continue this recording in a bit. I'm gonna go do something. What I mean is I'm gonna watch an anime. Custom Elite Season 4 finally finished dubbing all its episodes in Crunchyroll. So I'm still watching that. While also watching Armakan Welcome to Demon Skull. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Hopefully I'll finish this today or in a couple hours, but yeah. Hey guys. I'm back. Alright, so I'm gonna finish the recording today. I was working on Hentai Prison, but it ended up having some technical issues. So yeah, I'm gonna make this 2 hours and 30 minutes. Arriving at school, I started my journey. For the day on autopilot, I fought off the urge to sleep while sitting through the interminable class. Given this was the summer of my second year here, you would think most of my classmates would be hitting the books in college right now, but the Sotorati Company is more or less the financial book owner of this town, employing most of its residents. Plus, the recession didn't hit here as hard as it did elsewhere. Furthermore, the company emphasizes practical experience over educational level in their hiring process, so final exams were more of a finality here. It was good to see everyone is laid back in this. I I'd never endure any real hardships myself, but I knew that nothing good ever came of someone letting their guard down. Still, I suppose the laid-back atmosphere made it a little easier for me to forget about the pressure being put on myself. Right, time for lunch. After the bell rang and the teacher left the room, I went over to Shuji's desk. Given that glowing response, I guess you know what I want to talk about. I hope you have some time after school today. Oh, shut up, you promised we talk about it today. Shuji gave me a bit of an apathetic shrug. Having said my piece, I took my lunch and left the classroom.
Senpai, konnichiwa. While she wasn't quite as nervous as before, Miyu still greeted me with a bit of awkwardness in her smile. Looks like she didn't fall off the roof today. Though it was plain to see why. After all, Miyu wasn't by herself today. Oh my god, not this girl again. Something she kind of pisses me off. Oh god, does she ever shut up? I think you have a little too much sugar in your diet. Misaki must have tagged along with Miyu to act as a guardian today or something. Speaking of which, what do you two have to drink? Just a little survey I'm doing. Well. Well, Misaki answered right away. Miyu cocked her head in slight hesitation and gave her own answer. Yes. No. That's not how puberty works. Not the new couch, but I don't think it does what you think it does. Quite the sincere motive there. Alright, see you later. I hurried the pocket watch against the ground. Oh, so we can grab it an hour early. Quicker than the blinking of the eye, I found myself in a hall on the first floor where the vending machines and cafeteria were located. 5 minutes earlier, just as planned. Having confirmed me was safe, I figured it wouldn't hurt to stop and buy some drinks on my way back to the roof. I mean, walking all the way to the roof from here is such a hassle. I wasn't RSC or anything, but I was still well out of it. I brought black tea and milk along with what I usually drink, then set out for the roof again. Senpai, konnichiwa. What?
Here's some milk for you, Miyu. Drink up. Miyu reflexively took the drink and thanked me, but she still seemed confused about why I brought her a drink to begin with. And some plain black tea from Misaki. Because you told him about an hour ahead. Imagine like time travel is that complicated. Misaki's face turned pale and fried. Her chemical overreaction was pretty amusing. How do you think I know? That's crazy. You are insane. No. She seemed very self-conscious about that, but she was curious to think the point in her armor. Honestly, Mia, yours was a little disappointing. Oh no. Seemingly about to tear out Miyu opened her mouth and practically poured it down her throat. I figured it was best to go with either iron so she calmed down. So why are you here, Misaki? Okay, I thought as much. Can you kindly fuck off? In that case, I'll let you know next time I need to use the bathroom. Misaki stomped the ground and yelled at me. These two first years really are a fun, dynamic duo. Whoa! Hey, that ain't very nice. doing what I want
真
with
顔
you,
になって
right?
考えてみないでよ。何を考えてるのか想像しただけで気持ち悪いから。
You mean I was only thinking giving her head tats or playing airplane with her and stuff like that.
セクハラよね。
You're not sure? How about you ask Japan look who was? You tell me. Seemingly by coincidence, Saki and I both turned to look at you and Peterson. Right?
セクハラより屈辱です。
Me, you had adamantly come back to reality and started getting mad at me again, but even now it's charming. In fact, I noticed that Miyu was a lot more sociable with Misaki around. She must have been really nervous if it
今
was
日は
just the two of us.
私の可愛い親友を守りに来たの。
Yeah, sure, buddy. Well, if Miyu says it's okay for me to be around, then I don't have any
美咲
objection
ちゃんがいて
here.
くれた方が落ち着けます。
It's not really something to be smug about, you know. I expected her to get mad again at my retort, but her smile
今日
never
も
wavered.
私を優しく丁寧に扱わないと先輩にはレディーをエスコートする能力なしって判断しちゃうわよ。
Fine. Yeah. You're really pissing me off. But you don't piss me off as much as the cat downstairs. Oh, I see. So you're not just keeping an eye on me. You're trying to determine if I'm worthy enough for me, you. Finally, back up.
その通りよ。でも安心しなさい。私はとっても公平だから、よくできたら先輩にも花丸をあげちゃうんだから。
My god. All because he's a stotterer, he gets this shit, has to know this shit every day. Right, sure. So I have to earn her personal stamp of approval, do I? That's cute. Sounds easy enough, I guess. So I just have to be nice to you all day, right, Misaki?
二人とも違うよ。目的が変わってるよ。あ、そうね。みーちゃんの次に私を可愛がるのよ。そうじゃないよ。あれなんだっけ。私が男の人になれるための練習だ。男？みーちゃんもこの男を異性として見ているの？見てるよ。男の人だよ。そうじゃなきゃ石田先輩に告白する練習にならないよ。二股なんて大人すぎでしょ。みーちゃんにはまだ早すぎる。
What the fuck? It's wrong with you? You're so weird. You're creeping me out.
大人になっても二股はダメだよ。みさきちゃん、何しに来たの？
Misaki was on my dad. He was on the verge of tears as she screamed at her friend. These first years sure are something else. I made one little offhand remark and I got a complete actor and costume routine from these two. That seemed like a sort of future. It would probably be hugely disruptive to One Piece if I incited a really bad fight between them. In any case, I need to get this conversation back on track since Miyu seriously looked like he was about to cry. She just wants me to help her out with her anxiety so she can invest in Shuji, that's all. But if Misaki's around, the whole dating practice thing would have had to wait till tomorrow. No, wait. Tomorrow's a Saturday. I see. That's perfect, Misaki. If you're that concerned about me and Miyu, then we should all go somewhere after school just to free that.
何をしたら恋人っぽいんだろうって考えて、私も一番最初に思いついたことがデートですから。
See, it would be so scary to do something you normally wouldn't if you have some idea what it's like.
何二人していい雰囲気を熟成させてるのよ。デートよ。
She's crazy. Little Miss All melodramatic smoke up again. I told you, it's just a practice. See, that's the point. You should come along just to keep an eye out and make sure we don't pull any shenanigans. I can't convince you to do something for us without you. I can't convince you to do something for us without you demanding something in return, can I? In spite of that, I took it as a sign of Masaki's approval. Even if me and I had come up with the idea, it would have been difficult to actually go through with it if it was just me and her. Her and me, my bad. Masaki's getting an ending, well, really was perfect. Right, I gotta talk to Shuji after school, then I'll meet you guys at the train station after. I might be a half hour or so. So you have to wait. Yeah, sounds good. Okay, alright. Doesn't matter, as long as I can at least keep in touch with me. I know Masaki's latest episode of Conjugate Dissociation. Miyu and I gave each other our phone numbers. Miyu's girlish name stuck out like a sore thumb in my list of contacts, which always just contained my family numbers and all my notebooks. From all I started, dumbstruck at the draft position. Oh, like interactions. I think she's just a tsundere. Me blushed, staring at my own name entered into her phone contacts. Misaki watched her with visible restlessness. Oh yeah, I'll ask for yours too. Something comes up. Yeah, oof, there's what me exchange phone numbers with her or not. But it's fine, as long as I egged her on just a little bit. Alright, see you later. I waved at them as I left for the classroom. I felt like I was locking on air. Soon I would be going on the very first date in all my life. The last few classes of the day felt like an eternity since I was excited for my little outing, but soon the final bell sounded out last. Shuji.
忘れちゃいない。
As homeroom did I call out to Shuji, who came over to me, clearly not in any hurry. We really shouldn't talk about this here. Oh wait, sorry.
忘れちゃいない。 外でいいだろう。
Shuji started walking ahead of me, so I followed him. Stopping to change her shoes at the lockers, we then stepped outside. There were still a lot of students around who had club activities or were getting ready to go home. Shuji evidently knew that would be the case as he was leading me away from the school grounds. After a while, Shuji and I stopped at the beach a little ways down the road from the school entrance. The beach, huh? Seems pretty romantic.
何が悲しくて、男二人でこんなところにいなきゃいけないんだ。
I guess I get a half-hearted response to his
ここ何日か、
nightmares.
サンズイが昼休みのたびにこそこそと出かけてたのは、ミユって子の絡みか。
Yeah, he probably knew this, but she wants
それで？
another chance to confess her feelings to you. There's just one thing there's just one thing I want to ask. Why did you turn it down last time? There was no sense in being wishy-washy about it, so I asked him direct. Like, if you already have a girlfriend or you're just someone else, you could just told her, you know.
先に警告しておいてやるけど、俺の話を聞いたら、お前も直接の関係者になるからな。
Me? I craned my neck at Shuji, evidently he was being serious. From the way he was talking, it
もし
sounded
こ
like
れ
there
以
had
上
been
聞
something
く
he
覚
was
悟が
telling
あ
you
るな
all.
ら、交換条件に一つだけ約束しろ。
If it's not anything
明日、
weird, I guess.
お前の家に遊びに行きたいってだけだよ。
What's with that? You're welcome there anytime. It's not like you
ミ
need
ユの
reservation.
他に好きな相手がいるってのは当たりだ。
Is it his sister? Imagine it's his sister. I guess. Why did Shushi go find me? Or why did he? for him coming to hang out at my place as some kind of big important favor. Shuji, are you gay yet by any chance?
死ね。そこの海に飛び込んで今すぐ死ね。
What? Am I mistaken? Isn't that a perfectly good reason for you not to have a girlfriend, even if it wasn't the one I was expecting? Like, hey man, I know you just came out of the closet a couple months ago. Like, I don't tell you what your business is, and you don't tell me what my business is. You know, it's not my business. Finally! Are you kidding me? Ah, I knew it! Huh? Sorry. Let me just, backtrack here. Excuse me, your biggest fucking
俺
part
が好
in
き
here?
なのはお前の妹沢渡み
Oh
ちるだ。
shit! He's like that. Oh, okay, let's not overthink this. You know, I might just be overthinking. I need a minute here. Me likes Sushi, and Sushi likes Michiru. And it's beyond obvious that Michiru likes me. It seems that this bizarre love triangle between me, and Sushi just became Alma Redevious. I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to say that sure. That shape. What the hell? I sit down and just bury my head between my hands. I feel like I've been doing that a lot lately. I hear Shuji saying really kid alongside. He was right. I really was a dumbass.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I was busy doing something. Wait your fucking turn. When I finally got to her appointed station, it was Masaki's turn to give me a tongue lashing. Oh, sorry, I came straight as soon as I could. The school and the station are on opposite ends of town, so it didn't really matter which way I rode the monorail, since neither would have had been any faster.
Rei 先輩、石田先輩と話すって言ってましたけど、何か？
Me seemed a little nervous. Maybe she saw the grimace on my face from before. No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. I could always smile and brush it aside for now. I was in no mood to break the news to her about what Shuji had told me. Anyway, what's our itinerary?
っぽくですよね。
Ah, I feel so bad for you. It isn't that he's gay, it's that he's gay for the encountered sister. Oh.
私はクレープが食べたい。
Okay, alright, we'll get you some crepes. Our fiery years me, so just bear with us now, Masaki. I doubted girls were very interested in arcades and karaoke from first tastes. Sounded a little sleazy. Where do girls like to hang out anyway? Hey, wanna go shop? You better go shop for clothes, Miyu. It's a good opportunity. It seemed like a good idea, so I figured it was worth voicing. If we just go by the spur of the moment, I imagine things will start to feel more like a day.
でも、私あんまりお金持ってきてないです。どのくらい？お夕飯用の500円ちょっと。
Damn. In that case, it's on me. Think of it as me making up to you for screwing up your last confession. Yeah, apparently he has a very good, he has like 8,000 allowance or something.
あんまり自分がお金持ちなのひけらかすのは良くないと思うのよ。
I don't need your color commentary, and besides, my allowance isn't very much anyway. It's supposed to be for my education. I rolled my eyes and dismissed her with a wave of the hand. It's just that I happened to win some easy money for a lottery ticket earlier. Well, let's just say it's enough for me to squirt a little today and treat her to something nice. Oh my god. Oh my, of course he did. Because he can just keep doing it until he won, right? In reality, I had hoped for the pocket watch to let me win as much as I wished. But I stopped at 500,000 yen just so no one would get suspicious. You'd probably be better off not buying tickets, Mio. She had the worst luck. He'd probably take 1,000 times. While Miu tried to gloss over her worrying, I held up my hand and stopped her. Think about it for a moment, Miu. If you ever started dating Sushi, then I'm sure he'd want to treat you like this every once in a while too. Those are a bit of a special case, but you should get used to letting the boy pay for the day. Just make sure that you never take it for granted when people buy you gifts, or else the gift is meaningless. If you don't accept the boy's gift, then you'll make him worry that you don't like him. Miu said, Swedish nervously. Me to Misaki. She just needs to know about a man's pie and all of that. Though that does sound kind of pathetic when I say it out loud. I guess I thought it was important to tell Miu that so she keep in mind for any future boyfriends she might end up with. Misaki was surprisingly relaxed since she wasn't the focus of attention yet. Misaki was probably looking forward to that more than Miu, so she's talked Miu into going to the shopping district. Maybe I was lucky that Misaki decided to come along. Going on a date with two girls at once sounded like fun too. And then I found myself lying on the ground and covering my face with both my hands right in the middle of the street. Fun, my aching ass! Miu and Misaki had been enjoying themselves browsing clothes for 2 hours now. People said that girls take a lot of time with shopping, but I didn't know it was this bad. It's not just bad, it's torture. At first it just all felt fine and new, even though they were just looking at clothes. But Misaki and Miu could never decide which clothes they liked most, and I started getting weird looks from the other girls in the store whenever we looked anywhere near underwear in the game departments. On the student stop, I decided to wait outside the store instead of going in with them. All I could do was glance around the street and wonder why there were so many stores selling women's clothes. Some genius thought there needed to be this many. Michio never respects my clothes like these girls, since you can't see anyways. I suddenly heard two people like running from inside the store. What is it? I looked over and saw Miu fall on the ground for her as if Misaki had pushed her out. I froze in place. Ah, it's right. Miu had been dragged out of the store wearing something different from when she went in, and she seemed really embarrassed about it. Though I wouldn't call how she looked weird at all. I would call her cute, kawaii. Oh, you're super cute. I had to see it twice to make sure I thought she was adorable. I regretted how I had been a little when I saw how bored she was, but that outfit built to make a dowry 2 girl like me even cuter was formidable.
任せて。
Misaki, good job! I give Misaki a big thumbs up and she puffed her chest out in pride. Oh, so please go out with me.
ポンタン
Miss Lucky snapped me in the back of my head. Of that. Oh, I was joking. The whole thing about her being sticky was in joke, though. I was serious about that.
なんかもう
Miyu squirmed unconsciously in her embarrassment. Misaki, can you make Miyu smile for me? I asked her while
いいけど
covertly pulling out my smartphone.
みーちゃん自分をどう思うかあなた可愛い服は大好きでしょ好き
She could turn the world on with her smile. Snap! The shutter of my phone camera captured it perfectly. I wonder if she could audition to be an idol like
宣伝
this.
行けるところを探してみましょうそんなことされたら死んじゃいます
Flailing her arms in panic, she tried to snatch my phone out of my hand, but I just told her it was a joke and put it away again. I am never going to delete that picture. Oh, it went a little too far.
できます
Her voice almost pitiful, Miyu ran back inside the
と
store.
にかく今の服でいいよね
Of course, we might have teased her a bit too much, though. Still, even if he did force us to wear that, it was a good show. I spent a few minutes clearing the air with Misaki while we waited for Miyu. The outfit had made such an impression on me, I almost didn't want Miyu to leave the store about
落
it.
ち着きます。
She went back to her usual self. No! Hi! Nah, if only there was some way I could help her. She just let herself go. Wow. Are you fucking kidding me? If she's dead, I'm gonna be so pissed off. Mia was suddenly drenched by torrent water from the back into the ground. As I stood there in shock, an empty bucket fell down right after that and hit Miyu in the head as she lay down and bathed. There must have been window washers up on the second floor. Man, what are the odds? As Misaki confirmed what I already knew too well about Miyu's bad luck, I took out my pocket watch and threw it against the ground. Damn it! She died? She died, didn't she?
どうしたの
Oh, wait a minute. Something. No thought occurred that it might have been easier if I hadn't rewound time.
着替えてき
Miyu turned to go back into the store. Wait, Miyu. Miyu silly has suspicion about my motive, so I just smiled and continued. It's nothing, but I really shouldn't apologize in advance, sorry. Miyu cocked her head in curiosity, but she was more worried about her clothes, so she went back into the store without another word. Misaki asked me about it once Miyu was gone, but I just shrugged my shoulders and didn't
今
answer.
の服でいいみーちゃんが素直にもらってくれるといいんだけど
Despite Misaki's worry, I said nothing in response. When Miyu got dressed again a few minutes later, I went in decision to buy an outfit she tried on wear as well as a towel for her outfit. Why did you make Kai go back if she just is dressed? After that, we had spent so much time shopping for clothes on our first pretend date that by the time we finally went for crepes, the sun was starting to set. All in all, we wrapped up a good, wholesome day.
本当にすみませんありがとうございます
I say everything worked out perfectly. Having seen her cry after getting her clothes let early, I was the one who wanted to apologize. That said, her hair dried pretty quickly since it was summer, and she wouldn't have a problem wearing a uniform tomorrow since the water was clean. Oh, well, that ends well.
まだ慣れないの
Mia was still concerned about her
なんか
outfit.
いつもより周りから見られてた気がする気のせいじゃないわよ注目されてたもん 特に男の子から。
Hey, you must have eyes like a
兄
hawk.
弟じゃない女の子2人を連れて、なんだこいつって感じで見られてたよ。まあ、私は他
Really?
人から見つめられることになれないといけないからちょうどよかったけど。
I doubt she needed to be so smug about it, but I learned something new all the same. Women really do pay heed to which
お父さん
guys
も
are
びっ
checking
くり
them
するだ
out.
ろうな。
Me must have gotten over her investment because now she seemed really happy. Alright, shall we head home? We were already halfway home by that time. Our houses were in separate directions though, so I
私
had
は
to
スー
check
パー
with
に寄
them.
ってから帰ります。じゃあ私もここからまた駅の方に戻るわ。家がそっちなの。
Why did you follow us all the way
兄
here
ちゃん
then?
と先輩を夕方に2人きりになんてできないもん。どっちって。
Who exactly are you worried about here? Misaki nearly at me but stopped. And then she went to me red in the face. Yeah, she's a snowberry, oh my god. This time she really did yell at me, and then she ran hop all the way we came. I'm surprised she hasn't been declared a public nuisance yet. Miyu just laughed it off, since this was how Misaki always acted. Well, I better get going too. Hey. I stopped early. She still had something to say.
もうちょっとだけ一緒にいてもらっていいですか？
Sure, I guess. Now, what is it? Miyu silently smiled as the sun dipped below the horizon. It's like she was waiting for a kiss, though that was just wishful thinking on my part. Is this something you don't want to talk about while Misaki's around? Well, considering the time, I just had a hunch.
先輩は私の恋人役ですよね。
Miyu looked at me with a mysterious grin. It was so different from how she normally was. Maybe that's what Miyu was really like.
そう
Yeah,
な
I'm just
んで
having
す
time
か？
saying though. Yeah, I always wondered what it'd be like to have a cute girlfriend.
じゃあ私ですみません。
I used to get a new mirror because your old one is clearly broken.
冗談ですよ。
Seriously?
鏡を変えた方がいいってセリフ、よく映画とかドラマでありますね。
I can't fool you for a second. It's hard to look cool in
お
front
世
of
辞でも
genius.
可愛いって言ってくれてありがとうございます。
I assure you it wasn't flattery. Something warm slowly touched my hand. Miyu giggled bashfully. She was holding my hand. It was a very familiar feeling. Her hand felt a lot smaller and warmer than Michiru's hands ever felt though. The summer heat was really annoying, but the warmth of Miyu's hand didn't bother me at all. No, I
いつ
shouldn't
か好
think
きな人ができ
too
て
far ahead here.
デートをするなら手をつないでみたかったんです。
Bro took a full hand. Her hand was shaking. Even if she weren't all hand, she was definitely nervous about doing it for the first time. So I squeezed her hand back firmly.
男の人って
Mia let out a suppressed
や
sound.
っぱり力が。いえ、びっくりしただけです。ギュッてしてもらうと子供の頃にお父さんと歩いていた時を思い出してなんか安心もしますね。
I'm the surprised one here. I didn't expect you to do this. I held up our entwined hands for emphasis.
だって恋人らしくしないとって先輩が言ったんじゃないですか。それにみちるちゃんからいつもお兄さんとこうやって投稿してるって聞いてましたし。
Damn it, Michiru! So you wanted to try it too? A important question came to mind. I hesitated about asking it out loud, but eventually I decided I should just come out and say it. Don't you think you should wait until you go on a date with Shuji
そう
before you
で
hold
す
hands
ね
with anyone?
でもレイ先輩のことも好きですから大丈夫です。ちゃんと思い出に
Even me, you seemed a little surprised. She would say that, but her smile still holds steady.
私と手をつないでみてどうですか？そうです
I don't know.
ドキドキして
You said those words with a crestfallen
それ
expression.
じゃあ先輩
Then she directly with
今
my
日も
hand.
ありがとうございました。夢を一つ叶え
Yeah,
ま
you
した
should
し
get home.
お夕飯を作らないといけませんからね。
I hope your most important dream comes true as well.
はい
Mew quickly nodded and left. I stood and watched her until she disappeared. The twilight hours of summer. The voices of the cicadas. The air remained hot and muggy even after the sun set, but for some reason my hand felt a little cold, seemingly yearning for Mew's warmth. I realized I still had time to use the pocket watch and return to when Mew was here with me. But even if I didn't, then what? I took out the watch and stared at the seconds, mulling over it. I was cutting it really close. After a moment's attitude, he dipped.
先輩は
Just one little errand look that can change everything. I know we're only doing this to help you overcome your social anxiety, boys. I'm just trying not to read too much into it. I really was trying my damnedest. It's not always able to completely avoid thinking about it, though. You knew, she already has a girl that he likes. You knew felt. Oh wait, okay, so he actually told her. I like how he went back and changed that, even though he totally didn't have to. Her facial expression didn't change, but all the tension went out of her hands, so I could tell that the news was a huge shock to her. Her hands started trembling even more. I felt weighed down by sadness. Having to tell me the news that I knew would be painful or to hear turned out to be sadder for me than expected. I'm sorry, he told me that,
どうして先輩
that
が
when I
謝
talked to
る
him
ん
after
ですか？
Sweet. If I had told you earlier, then we wouldn't have gone on a date. We wouldn't would have held hands either. I like that he is like, he's not a creep. He is a pervert, but and a horn dog, but he is a nice guy. He was like, you know, like, he felt wrong to hold hands with a girl who just didn't know the truth. He didn't want to feel like he was taking advantage of her. Mew gently
さ
smiled
っき
and
ま
shook
では
her head.
美咲ちゃんがいたから言えなかったでしょうし、今も私が傷つかないようにしてくれてるじゃないですか。先輩は悪くありません。
She was grateful to me.
先
Mew
輩、
let go of my hand and bowed her head
今
to
日は
me.
ありがとうございました。明日もまたよろしくお願いし
So
ま
she's
す。
still gonna confess to him? Or she's still gonna confess to him knowing that he likes someone else?
明日と明後日は休みですね。月曜日からで。
That's the one I met. I didn't know what to say.
石田先輩に好きな人がいても、私のすることに変わりはありませんよ。
Okay.
壁に当たって砕けてみせます。
Okay, so I think the prologue is the week. It's in the week. They go through it. The week. Technically, they've only met each other for a week. Or 2 weeks. So, what they're doing basically is he's going through the events leading up to after she confesses a second time, after she gains confidence. And I do notice a trend. After making that bizarre announcement, she bowed quietly to me again and left. I was dumbstruck.
あの
So
女
she's
子
not
と
gonna
な
give
し
up
で
on
は
confessing?
見ているものが違うからな。
She wants to do it even if he knows. I think it might be a way nice of her. voice answered me. Crows curve forward in the wind
稀に
as
だ
she
が
descended
あ
from
の
the
手の
sky.
人間がいる。お主や多くの人間は過去を見ているから、何かの失敗を取り繕うために我が輩の力を使おうと考える。しかし、あの女子のように未来を見ている人間にとっては、失敗はあくまでも成功までの道行きでしかない。
So failure is an inevitability then. I think you said something like that before. It really shows that you can't look back.
人にとってどちらが賢いなどということは我が輩にはわからん。
I'm beat. I really was beat. Mia was too good for this earth. She was a very smart, brave, and optimistic kind of girl. Unfortunately, she was also naive enough to believe that all her dreams would come true. She just worked hard enough. You could say that her biggest strength was also her biggest weakness. Miu, most people aren't as strong-willed as you. I muttered as if she was still near. Miu understood something that ordinary people could not. I stood in complete understanding either. She said that she liked Shuji, but she also said that she liked me. And she didn't seem that strange just how deep
お
of an
主の
effect
友
those
人
words
が
had.
日露を好きだったのは良好だな。
I looked at the Koro's mysterious face.
そうであろう。
Fortune, you mean it's a
こ
good
の
thing?
ままあのミュウという女子の告白が失敗すれば堂々とお主と付き合えるではないか。もとよりお主は繁殖目的で女子探しをしていたのだし、
Oh my god.
だからこそあの女子のそばにいようとしていたわけだろ。何を悩む。
Hey, Koro, you wouldn't happen to be the devil on my shoulder, would you? Even if Koro had no concern for our human beings, there was no need for her to be burning me over the head with a plate like that. But I still understood that she uses the word breed without even a hesitation. And it was because I understood that I really couldn't get angry at her. If Nia was going to end up being rejected, that would put the ball in my court. Of course, it was never my intent to play the situation like that from the beginning, but it wasn't like I haven't considered the possibility at all either. I helped Miu for the same basic reason that Shuji did. Just as Shuji let her his girl because she was a cute girl, I probably wouldn't have helped her out either if she weren't a cute girl. And now I was finally becoming aware of my ultimate motive for helping her. Miu already liked me more than she liked Shuji. Probably, I don't think I'm that conceited. Besides, even if she hadn't fully realized it herself yet, Miu was a smart enough girl that I was certain that she put two and two together soon enough. If she's still going to confess, she should do it
他
sooner
人の
rather
恋
than
愛
later.
を成就させてやろうなどと考えているわけか。
Well, yes, I am, Pearl. I am doing that. Humans are supposed to have some
そう
sense
で
of
はな
pride
か
and
ろう。
morality, you know?
お主に足りないのはお主自身があの女子でいいと決める覚悟だ。言い換えれば重さだな。
What would you know about bushes? You spend your whole day floating up through the
しぶとい
sky!
軽さだの。
Koro was growing visibly fresher as she
まあ
continued
お
to
主
hover
も
in the air.
あの女子も修二とやらもみちるも自分たちに嘘がつけない人間であることはわかるがな。さあよ。
Lying to
伊
ourselves.
達に我が輩は人間観察をしておらんよ。対面や倫理などお主たちにとって本当はこだわっているものは信念だ。人というのは法は曲げられても自分の信念は曲げられぬ。途中で曲がるやつは最初からその程度のものでしかないが、時折どうしても曲げられぬものがいる。たまたま今回はそんな人間が揃ってしまっているだけだな。そして経験上信念のある人間は我が輩の力を使わん。
So what, you're saying that I'm a coward because I used to
お
watch
主の本質がどちらかはまだ判断がついておらん。ただ周りの状況がどうであれ結局は何かを決めるのはお主のさじ加減一つであろうと言ってるだけだ。
Makoto probably didn't have any specific reason to be telling me all this. She wasn't trying to cheer me up, trick me, or insult me. Well, maybe she did insult me a bit. Alright, I understand. She didn't really have to tell me because I already understood. I'm not as stupid as the protagonists in games and TV shows always seem to be. I can at least understand that much. She looked up at the sky, filled with the dying light of sunset and sighed. I guess I was still a little confused. Good grief.
Yo!
Okay, we're on playback 4. The next day, it was Saturday, so we were out of school, and Shuji stopped my house like he said he would. I came out in my pajamas and sandals to greet him at the front door. You know, you didn't have to use the intercom.
そう
You
いう
could
わ
have
け
just
にはい
watched
かね
the
えだろう
video.
が。
We both headed to the Eroge without so much as normal greeting. Shuji was carrying a plastic bag, so I figured he must have
山水
arrived.
の家に来るのは久しぶりだ。
After walking through the courtyard and into the Annex building, Shuji took in the sight of my room. Last time you were here, we had all
Dana.
our friends come over to play games, right? Sometimes I have friends come over here to hang out since my parents never stop by a bar with me, and this place is pointlessly large for one person. Plus, most people generally stay away from this place because of its connection. This Solitary name. With nothing more to be said, I took 2 cups out of the cupboard and put them on the table. Shuji silently followed suit, pouring the cola he
山
brought
水
with
は
him
部屋
into
だ
his
けは
own
片
cup.
付いてるな。
I'm just very curious
床を
about
散
being
らかしてる
enemy
と
free.
妹さんが踏んで危ないからだろ。金持ちのくせにクーラーがないのが意外なんだよな。
We should put this chair aside. I can tell you're nervous since you came to see me about Matsuru, right? Shuji took a
山水
swig
と
of his
は
cord
教室で
cola.
毎日会ってるし、無駄話はいらないか。
Shuji
見
freaked
えっ
out
て
deep
この気
sigh.
持ちを
He really
ない
did
がしろに
seem
する
quite
つもり
nervous.
は俺にもねえよ。ただ、その前に確認しなきゃいけない。
So you can listen and make
Ah.
sure that room is really the girl you're
だから
interested in,
後で
right?
呼んでくれ。
I just nodded. Shuji got straight to the point, as always.
去年、
So how long
1
have
年
you
の
liked
時かな。
Michiro?
ここで庭にいる彼女を見かけて、すっげえ可愛い子だって思ったのが最初だ。最初から真剣に惚れてるとかじゃなかったけど、それからも3人で話してたり、学校で見かけた時に挨拶くらいはしてたしな。一応
So you
分かっ
didn't
て
need
ると
reason to
思う
fall in
が
love、here.
みちろを好きってやつはかなり多いぞ。
Yeah, I think she likes her brother, though, right? As weird as it is. Oh, I definitely know. There are cute girls at our school, like Makoto and Miu, but Michiro is in a completely different league. She's much more of a princess than a schoolgirl. Despite that, she definitely catches the eyes of other boys because of her long black hair and calm, mature personality. Plus, despite her visual handicap, her rank as a sorority would make any hypothetical partner who's set for life. But there's one other thing. I feel like I shouldn't be the one to tell you this, but I feel like but
彼
Michiro
女が
kinda has
山
the
水に
hot
惚れ
for
て
me
るの
and
は
the
分
siblings.
かってるよ。ふざけた話だ。
Yeah. Shuji sounded a little disappointed. Well, I guess I should call her. I could have just gone to May house to see her, but I was in no mood to walk all the way over there, so I
Hi,
decided to phone her
Michiru desu.
instead.
はい、
Waitress, May, are you home right now?
すぐ行きま
Could
す。
you come to my room? By the way, Shuji is... Hey! She didn't even move. She just... The white had already gone dead. She had no love of me. I put my phone away and Shuji smiled knowingly. I couldn't change if I wanted to. We heard approaching footsteps with the
兄
necking
様
all
の
in,
メ
soon the
ス奴
door
隷
opened.
がやってまいりまし。
Oh no! Why you gotta call yourself that? That was precisely the moment Michiru's ears picked up on the fact that there was someone else beside me.
どなたかに見られながらのプレーがご所望とは予想しておりませんでした。
Christ, that was awkward enough without you tacking on that last part.
邪魔してるよ。
石田先輩でしたか。お久しぶりです。石田先輩。
Miu suddenly showed up, stepping into the room behind Machiru. Ah, wait, lie! We're supposed to be private.
最近兄様とミュウさんがよく会っているそうなので、どんな様子なのか。
Michiru must have dragged Miu back to the house to interrogate us. Shit! It wasn't a problem for her to be here too, but I hadn't been ready for her to show up out of nowhere. I took my pocket watch and smashed it against the tables. Stop. Yeah, sorry me. I thought that's a pretty reasonable threat to go back.
彼女が
Okay,
山水
thank
に
God
惚
you
れて
can
るの
fix
は
surprises.
分かってるよ。
My conversation with Shuji picked up from where he had left off. Shuji, Miu was in the house. I think Michiru calling
な
over
ん
that
でそ
telling
んな
me.
こと分かるんだよ。
Let's just say it's radio waves. Just figured I should tell you so you'd be prepared. Fresh inside his confusion, I pulled out my phone to call Michiru, okay? Sure, he's here right now in my room. I know Miu's with you, so you guys should come hang out with us. Although the request I made of Michiru was somewhat different from last time, her response was not. And once again, it did not
兄
take long
様
for
の
us to
メ
hear
ス奴隷がやってまいりました。
Ah, I forgot to stop from
邪
saying
魔
that. I
して
guess
る
it
よ。
doesn't matter. It's time
石
to
田
go.
先輩でしたか。石田先輩、こんにちは。
Is that supposed to mean hell? Since Mia near Shuji was going to be here this time, she was already incredibly nervous as she came in. Mia did something so bold yesterday that I thought she would be over her
Yeah.
embarrassment, but she still looked as bashful as ever. Mia says, turning back and forth as she tried to think of a topic of conversation. Then she lifted out her hand.
結構大丈夫。
Her hand was still shaking, but she seemed wasn't in a full panic anymore. Mia looked at me next. Then she smiled. It was a smile directly so a
賑やかな雰囲気ですね。4人分の。
we have snacks and
その
soda
前
here?
に用事が済んだから俺は帰る。
Oh shit, he just wanted to top of her privately with his best bud here. Alright. Miu and I were both shocked at his declaration. Albeit for different reasons. Michiru, on the other hand, just
そ
stood
れじ
by
ゃあ
the sidewalk,
3人ともま
smiling
た今度
gently.
な。
Asking if he is acting as if it were a big deal at all, Shuji left the room. Hey, at least let me see your door. Or after the fall, Shuji instead of staying with the girls. Shuji stopped outside the front
う
door
る
and
さ
looked
い。
at the
ちょっと
sky.
黙ってろ。
Hey, Shuji. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I understand though. Shuji seemed really agitated, but that wasn't the concern here. His ears and cheeks were slightly fresh and sweaty, but I could tell it was not because of the sunlight he...
好きなもんは好きだな。
He answered my question before I could ask it, and I signed things paused. Shuji wasn't going to give up on me for real. And that meant... Were Mia to confess to him again, he would
ど
unquestionably
うする
turn
っ
her
て
down.
なんだ。
So now what? It doesn't matter if you reject Miu because Michiru alone accepted her. You saw how she acted.
別にどうも
So
しない。
again, now what?
適当なところでミュウに断りを入れて、あとはいつもの生活に戻るだけだ。というか、
Shuji looked at me
どうする
suspiciously.
のかはさんずえ。お前の方だろ。 あの子、明らかにお前に気があるぞ。むっつりのお前が気づいてないわけないよな。それにも文句はね。さんずいもあの子もよくやってる。今日のまともに喋れた様子を見て偉いと思ったよ。
He didn't try to hide his intentions or true feelings at all. He really didn't want
と
nothing
にかく
but the best
俺
for
が
me
妹
and
さん
I.
に気があることをミュウに知られるのは残酷だ。俺は帰るよ。
Shuji waved goodbye before turning to leave. What do I do now? I stood in the doorway, dumbstruck, for about 10 seconds before finally going back into the house.
レイ先輩、石田先輩はどうしたんですか？
It's nothing. He was just stopping by. He had to go home once he was done. Miu was a little fragile, which made me think that something happened while I was gone. Did Michiru try to grope her or something?
私、何か怒らせるようなことしちゃったんでしょうか？
No. Oh, no, that's fine. He really just had
石
to
田
go
先
home.
輩、
I tried to act like everything
少
was
し
normal.
息が上がってましたし、調子が悪かったのかもしれませんね。
Michiru came up with a convenient explanation from Shiji's hair, even though she was the one that caused it. It was clear as day that Michiru didn't see any man other than me as a potential romantic partner.
せっかく初めてきちんとお話できると思ったのに。ああ、上がり症の克服がどうしてミュウさんに必要なのかを探ろうと思いましたが、お目当ては石田先輩だったんですね。この家の敷地の中ではいくら叫んでも外には聞こえませんよ。
Yeah, this prologue is really long. I think it's the longest prologue, but visual, I'm gonna be honest, visual novels have the longest prologues, depending on the game. It's normal for the prologue to be at least like 5 hours of runtime, but that just depends on the visual novel. Hey, don't pull any shenanigans over it. I stiff Michiru's sprite right away. I think you said a lot to watch me.
相談できるお友達が増えたと思うことにします。
Now then, I wasn't trying to lead the conversation in that instant, but the way it fingered on, we're gonna end up talking about me as low life. I really don't want to say it if you careless in front of Michiru though.
お
Boy,
医者
my
さ
man,
ん、
we're here. We should play again. What? Do not finish that sentence.
じゃあ、おままごと？い
Do
え、
you really want to?
流れ的に。
Miu had a remarkably knack for
一人
making
減っ
us
てしまいましたが、
persuasive words.
麻雀でもしましょうか。
Yeah, I'm crazy good at Notron for someone who's blind. Normally I would just actually play cards, but that was out of the question due to Michiru's blindness. She is much more adept at tabletop games like Mahjong, chess, or shogi, since she can understand the mechanism of the game through her sense of touch. Wait, Miu, do you know how to play
一応、み
Mahjong?
ちるちゃんと遊ぶのに覚えました。
So you showed her how to play,
本当にル
Michiru,
ールを
thanks a
覚
lot.
えただけなので。みゆさんは私と同じか、それ以上に強いですよ。
Two Michiru level players. If I were to take them both on in emoji by myself, I'd undoubtedly be a full course sitting duck meal with trifle for dessert. How could you both be so good at Mahjong anyway?
話し方の変化などで自然と危険範がわかります。確率の計算で。
A predator beef and an egghead. Great!
あと積み込みも得意です。
Right. Whoa, wait a sec, I could swear you just meant it
あれ
at
ってルール
cheating.
違反なんですか？
I think it's against the rules, eh?
兄様、私とミユさんとミサキさんで麻雀をするときは、イカ様は気づかれなければ技としてありありなんです。
Mitchell, what the hell are you teaching her?
かわいそう。
I can't believe you guys are freaking me out here. Miyu, you're entering that. No.
昼間は楽しかったですね。
I definitely would not look forward to all that is fun. That night, I found myself curled in bed exchanging text messages with Miyu. Now, you and Michiru definitely seem to be having a lot of fun. I read the messages I had just sent her. Are we nothing for the ages? Staring at the screen on my phone, I could almost picture Miyu giggling on the other side in response to that. Since I refused to play Mojang, we decided to go serious along with the idea of playing out seriously. I agreed to be the modder because it sounded like fun, but we ended up getting too into it, and I'm just gonna stop there. It's best to forget what's too painful to remember. When I was starting the space out, I received an error.
石田先輩の前で普通にしていられました。
That was the real issue at hand. It was something we definitely couldn't talk about with mutual aloud. It only took 3 or 4 days of practice, right? I knew you could do it. So yeah, they've been starting on practice, only counting practice days. They've been doing it close to a week of practice
今
since
ま
they
で
met.
いろいろと試してきて効果がなかったのにすごいのです。
Even through a text-only medium of communication, I could tell me was society. I couldn't help but smile. I was having a blast texting the girl for the first time in my life. That's probably because you never
男の人
tried
と
talking
い
to
う
a
よ
boy
り
before.
レイ先輩と一緒だから頑張れたんだと思います。
Yeah. Probably specifically. Because of you. Talk about a pickup line. You're gonna make me blush. That sentence was too embarrassing to put in a text message. What if I remembered this and I really like you and I just played it off as a joke? Nia would probably take it seriously, but since I can turn back time, I wonder if it might be worth a shot. I told just a few days ago, I use that ship on girls all the time to see who might like me back. I've never seriously thought about it like this. Suddenly, Kuro appeared, descending from the ceiling.
何をしておる？
Yeah, come home.
電報を個人で出せるようになったものだったな。
Telegraphs? Well, I know what those are, but I've never actually seen one in person. Then instead of a text, my phone received a clip and go.
いえ、ちょっと真面目な話なので電話にしようと思って。来週、石田先輩にもう一度告白してみようと思うんですけど。そう。
No, I think that'll be fine. Me, whose voice sounded a little anxious after I agreed to her
電
plan.
話の用事はそれだけだったんですけど。もうちょっとお話ししてても大丈夫ですか？あ、そうですね。
Sorry, I need to take a
もう
bath
遅い
soon.
ですし。はい。
Alright, see you next week.
おやすみなさい。
Good night, Miu.
風呂
Call
に
ended
入る
and I
の
tossed
か？
my phone in the bed.
なぜ嘘をつく？
No, I already did that earlier. I really shouldn't be talking to me anymore. You probably realize it today. The scales in the hat were beginning to tip. Whether that was a good thing or a bad thing, for me, I had the foggiest idea. In any case, girl, you really did show up at
お主
the
が
most
必
convenient
要な
of
時
the
に
times.
は必然その場にいるようになっているのかもな。
Kuro spoke without a care in the world as she continued to fuck in
ま
the
た
air.
我が輩相手に独り言か？
I don't care how much of a stupid candy ass you think I
う
am.
つけ者という
I know
評
what
価
I
が
have to
足り
do.
んな。どういたしまして。
Well, thanks.
で、
どうするのだ？ミウという
I have
女
to
子
finish
に
what I started here.
告白をさせるのか。必ず失敗すると分かっている告白をさせるというのも残酷だと思うがの。
I can still strike while the iron is hot. It had been a long time since I last saw Crow surprise, but then the neat goddess
し
Scrow
かし
Scrowed
我
at
が
me.
輩は時計の主であるお主がどうするのかと尋ねたのだがな。
Well, we rest here.
おい、大うつけ。
Good night, Kiro. I pulled the covers up and covered my head. I was glad to know that it would be Sunday tomorrow. After all, I know I wasn't going to be sick a lot tonight. First time advances. Now then, our first act is approaching its climax. So it's not very okay. Finally, so we're actually getting close to the end of around prologue 5. There are just 3 crucial things that remain for you to see. With that said, let me briefly recap things. The problem which you have seen unfold thus far cannot possibly resolve in a way that would work in everyone's favor. And when it comes to final decision, I do not have the euphoria to make it myself. I'm not fond of thinking in a head goals. Sometimes, though, I have to wonder if ChronoClock had no 5-minute time limit and let me write time as far back as I wish. Why I want to do my meeting with you all over again? Think about it honestly. Thinking about it honestly. Twilight of summer. Yeah, this is. I really like this game. I will admit, it takes me a bit to get into it. Well, but just getting well-reached sports content, it'll be a while. And the
男
beach.
二人でロマンチックもクソもあるか。
Oh wait, he actually went back in time. Sure, you see
昨日の今日で一体何の用だよ。メールですればいいんだろ。
There's just one thing I forgot to ask. I need to talk space about something like this. Really, I need there to be no one else around. Ignoring his stubbornness, ignoring his stubbornness, I came around and asked him if he had just one chance to turn back time and leave your life from any point in the past. How far back would you turn the hands of time?
それは真面目な質問か。やり直す。
Yes.
ね。
He probably thought it was a stupid question, but Shuji still pondered over it seriously. After a little while, Shuji stared out at the glimmer of sunlight reflecting on the ocean as
お前
expression
の
clouded
妹
over.
さんの目を見えるようにしてやりたい。
That is very nice, dude, and I appreciate that. I wonder if he'll actually, if this guy won't get with his sister, if he'll get her with Shuji.
この景色を見せてやりたいよ。
I see. I quietly nod. Deep within our heart, I felt an incredible thrill. Okay, so how crazy is this game gonna get? I stood up myself, but I stood straight and mentally braced myself for what I was about to do. So that's how it is. Shuji, you're saying you want to rid your life for another person's sake with necessary motives thought of doing it for self. I guess that means we're in the same boat. So we may as well go download the ship together. Shuji just confessed to
は
Mutual already.
おい
So, I mean, I would be surprised too.
何したって無理だって言ったのはお前だぞ。俺に振られろってのか。
I did. Exactly, that's why I want to tell you. So of course I couldn't just text you about it. Aw, man, come on, don't use words like that. Oh boy, I think he's only doing this for the best of you, right? That was definitely Shuji's 100% honest, unfiltered opinion of me in that very instant. For the first time in my life, I knew what it was like to be hated by someone. And by my own best friend, no less. Honestly, it was terrifying, and yet, I'm begging you. My body's about to punch you, but instead he just signed trying to calm down. What he wanted to do was change the subject and put this conversation on hold. I could tell. Cut her off, wait and see. Like that way of thinking ever did me any good. Shuji.
おい、こんないきなりで分かりましたなんて言える話だと思うか、これが。
I'm not letting you off the hook until you do. Shuji spat out my name of extreme lows and
匂っ
this.
てこのためかよ。
Yeah, I am. My voice was shaking. It was embarrassing and nerve-wracking to admit that out loud. It's crazy that I really... Oh, wait, there's so many shades. I really respect that what this guy is gonna do. Hell, I was thinking he was gonna break the rules of the clock. No, that's not what's happening. What he's doing is pretty big changing. What the hell is wrong with him? I shook off the embarrassment and tried to get it together. I don't want you to be wishy-washy about Mitsuru when Miyu
お前が
confesses
あの
to
子
you
のため
again.
にそこまでする義理はねえだろうが。
No, I think there's a reason.
あ
You let her your umbrella, didn't you? When you let her your umbrella, you thought it
こ
might
こ
be
で
a good chance
そ
to
の
meet a
話
cool
を
girl,
持ち
right?
出すのかよ。
I'm the same as you. I've been helping her because I thought she was cute. That means we're both idiots here, so we ought to just call honor a monkey and stick together until it's
ど
over.
うしろってんだよ。
Shuji groaned. My frustration was at the point of the needle. I feel like I was talking to a brick wall. Just listen to me, damn it! Shuji was taken aback by me suddenly starting to yell at her. That girl was the first to work up the courage to contest while you and I were just sitting on our asses. She had her nose to the grindstone all this time, all for your sake. I'm not demanding that you accept her or anything like that, but for Christ's sakes, man, can you at least give her a chance? If anything, you should know more than anyone how much it hurts to know that your crush will always be unrequired, don't you? I was in a desperate frenzy, trying to convince him. And I knew all too well I was the last person on earth who should have been saying that to his face. What? Shut the fuck up. Holy shit. Damn, it's getting amazing for what the art style. He just breaks basics. And here's the thing, I'm a little wild aficionado with some crazy art style, but this is the basic. I grabbed Shuji by the collar as my blood boiled viciously. I hate people who yell at amateurs to prove points, so I never knew I would do this kind of thing. I'm hopeless, aren't I? I've never got my head spin this much before. But I don't care how hopeless I may be. Right now, this can't be left unsaid. You're the one she likes, not me. Shuji's eyes were blurred as we continued to stare each other
めちゃ
down.
くちゃなことを言ってるのが分かってるのか。
Wait, how I tell you shit I don't know.
あの子が俺に振られた方が都合がいいんだぞ。
You say that like I haven't thought about that possibility a long time ago? Shuji's eyes wandered as if he was looking for something to say. I refused to allow none until I've had a real answer from him. Shuji
すご
scowled
いと本気で殴るぞ。
at me. I'm fully prepared to come to blows over this. Is that far enough? I saw the viciousness fade from Shuji's eyes, so I released my grip on him. Pushing my hands away, Shuji fixed his wrap still closed.
Bakaらしい。
Weren't you going to
お
punch
前
me?
と青春なんてするか。
I like how he's just like not a guy who would go to violence. Shuji spat out those words, then turned and walked away. I glared daggers into his back as he gradually left my field of vision, but he never looked back. Once he was gone, all that remained was the sound of the waves from the fading twilight, and me alone. Woo! I fell on my knees and buried my head in. I'm such a fucking idiot. Since I knew no one was around, I just held all my frustrations into the night. The sheer stress alone was making me want to curl up. Show everyone I know I won't be able to go back far enough. Man, why did I just keep my stupid mouth shut? Seriously, you were right. And now I have to face in the hand at school against Amali's blows. Wait, blows doesn't? Okay, did I just lose my best friend? Will he ever speak to me again? What am I supposed to force to do all my creepy assignments now? I'm trying I'll just swear to Christ, if anyone finds out about this, I will fucking die. And here I was happy for a moment that you don't give a shit about human personal affairs. Of course, she was only a figment of my imagination anyways.
せっかく
At
の
this
見
point,
せ
it
場
didn't
だった
matter
の
if she
に
knew.
最後が島らの男よな。最初から
So how much should that be?
いやいやご主人
Now she tells me.
最後以外はなかなか気合の入ったやりとりだったな。
Koro smiled warmly in contrast to her usual cynical attitude. I'm not gonna be lying in sorrow, so don't ask.
まあ素晴らしくかっこ悪かったな。
Damn. Oh. Of all the words I said that she decided for lack of mistake, it had to be that.
今までご主人を見てきた時間の中で一番男前でもあった。胸を張るがよい。それを言いに来ただけだ。
Cora fell off as if that really had to be the only reason she came here. That was weird. Kuro actually complimented me for once. Hell. I took a seat on the sandy shore. I didn't care if my uniform got dirty. I needed to lie down. The sky was bathed in glowing red. It was a wonderful sight. I felt so much regret. Wait a minute. I'd actually done something worth regretting that wasn't so bad. Besides, it was the neat thing to do, and for now, it was the only thing I could have done. Okay, we're in prologue 6. Morning, Makoto. I was feeling depressed on Monday morning, but Makoto's greeting made me feel a little better. Then looking around the classroom, I saw Shuji slowly in his chair. He noticed looked back, but I immediately averted my gaze.
なんか顔色が悪いけど。へえ。
Oh, well,
レイ君でも
let's just say
ス
it's
トレスって
stress.
感じるんだ。冗談じゃないよ。
Hi! You weren't?
だってレイ君、明日世界が滅ぶって言っても別に何も変わらなそうな人だし。
You. Yeesh, as if my stomach didn't hurt enough, now my head hurts too. Honestly, I sure just got skull today. Despite my worries, Monday classes went by for me without incident. Shuji ignored me all day, and I didn't see me later. She had told me before that she wanted to do some practice before she tried confessing again, but I ended up getting out of that by telling her to practice on her own. been too long since I've had this much free time. Maybe I'll go home and sleep. I suppose I could have joked around with Saki a bit, but I decided to just go home instead. I don't have the energy to deal with a girl like that. I took a nap into dinner time. Later at night, as I lay in bed playing a game, I heard a voice from above.
少しよろしいでしょうか。障子と襖です
No,
か
he's not
らね。
locked! Oh, you're gonna come out and see you. It would be very ideal to let Michiro into my room this late at night.
呼ばいされに参りました。
What is it? No! The pleasant fragrance of Michiro's shampoo was almost overwhelming. Maybe next
新し
time
い
then.
返し技ですね。いえ、
I guess it felt
ドキ
foul.
リといたしました。
Oh, well, anyway, what's up?
夕涼みにその辺りを散歩しようと思ったので、少しお付き合いいただければとお願いに参りました。
Evidently, she wanted to walk in the garden. Of course, she knew her way around her home, but since there was the possibility of her tripping on one of the decorative stones or shrubs, it would be dangerous for her to go alone. Tripping. I took Michu's hand. Whereupon we walked through the porch and into the garden.
兄様、月は出ていますか？
Yeah. Looking up, I could see the moon, almost fully waxing, shining down from the night sky.
申し訳ありませんが、私の代わりに見てもらえますか？
Yeah. Well, I answered her. I glanced at the profile on her face. Is
あ
something
り
on
ま
your
した。
mind?
石田先輩に告白されました。
Michiro remained as stoic as ever. I recoiled in shock, but I made sure to control my breathing so she wouldn't notice.
丁寧にお断りさせていただきました。ええ、
Are you sure about this? He's not a bad guy, you
で
know.
も、10段階評価で7や8の素晴らしい方がいたとしても、千に万を重ねた兄様の前では意味をなし得ません。恋は盲目
What
で
happens to
す。
skill? It's it. That's true. Must have meant that's a brilliant response.
お話は
I
そ
wonder
れ
which
だ
came
けで
first,
す。
chicken or the egg?
いえ、
Hey,
石
tell
田
me.
先輩にそのことを兄様に伝えてくれと言われたので。
I see.
え、
He really is a good chap. I understand that it would be a hot, sunny day tomorrow. It would come to be my day. You'll probably kick me out in 5 minutes. Just like the hands of time, the world rotated once more on its axis. I run Prologue 7. July. Summertime. On that day, standing on the rooftop, the one placed in all school, reaching closest to sky, I knew that I would soon experience my first broken heart. It was after school and no one else was on the rooftop. It seemed like I was the first to arrive. Just to be seen, I glanced over the railing at the ground below, confirming that Miyu had not fallen to her death again. Emily, her book was better today. As I was looking over the railing, the door
レイ先
opened
輩、
behind
こん
me.
にちは。
that outfit. It was the very first thing about her that
これ
caught my
は
attention.
せっかくレイ先輩に可愛いって言ってもらったので持ってきたんです。
You're really going all out today. Alright guys, I'll have to leave it at this. I don't have enough time. Plus I wanted to do a different game. I will admit I usually don't do parts, but I'm really just gonna merge a bunch of videos, but it's okay. Cause what I'm gonna do... This is gonna get one more part, and then after that... That would be about part 3. Let's see, this is almost, this was 33? Yeah, we can probably set an, hour recording. And then that'll be part 2. Alright, bye guys! Hey guys, I'm back with no delay this time. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap up this final segment of part 2. And it should only be about an hour, but yeah, I think we'll get a lot done in an hour, considering. Miyu came and stood beside me. Well, we did spend our last week together. Where's Shuji? I see, so we're just waiting for him to show up. Miyu seemed extremely anxious and unable to calm down. Her hands were fidgeting. As we continued to wait, her fidgeting hands grasped the hem of my jacket. Such precious moments. You don't need a reason to fall in love, right? That's why you said to me on the day we first met. Oh, right. Yeah, okay, so this was from like the foreshadow thing at the beginning of the game. Okay, now, yeah, now this makes more sense. Because it was showing the events leading up to her confessing, and now that we're finally here, it's precious to see what's gonna happen. Yep, you totally did, and you're completely serious about it too. Well, I definitely remember it. I quietly watched me as she duped her shoulders in dejection. That's one thing I can't ever forget. In a very short time, this girl was going to retry confessing her feelings to someone she loved. And if all were to go smoothly, I had helped her all along the way, but somehow I still couldn't get excited at the prospect of her success. I said all of this. I glanced up at the sky, then I returned my gaze to the iron door leading up to my school building. At that moment, a thought crossed my mind. First, I don't want that door ever open. Then, you don't need a reason to fall in love. I know what you meant by that now, but I actually do have a reason. You asked me, her face one of complete seriousness. She looked too serious, in fact, so I tried to get the words out. that exact moment the door opened. Shuji finally he immediately frowned his brown at the heat and humidity. Looking at us, he didn't gently call out to me first.
今日は大丈夫か？
はい、先週はすみませんでした。
気にするな。
I coldly watched them talk. A whole week. Everything happened in just 1 week, huh? Damn. I was gonna say, not counting school days, it was actually a week. No, never mind, Nana. I don't need to be here anymore. I shouldn't be here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. At that moment, Miyu seemed to pick up on what I was thinking, so she turned back to Shuji for a moment.
少しだけ待っていてもらっていいですか？
ああ。
Shuji stepped back so that Miyu could talk to me. What's wrong?
今までいろいろとありがとうございました。
I am so over this. Wow, they really did set up this game. They really were setting up this entire event.
今日、私がここにいられるのは全部先輩のおかげです。
Miyu respectfully bows to me.
いい
I didn't do anything really.
え、レイ先輩がいなかったら、手を引いてくれなかったら、私は逃げ出したままでした。だから、私は。
Her voice trailed off in mid-sentence. It wasn't that she was stirring or hesitating. She simply looked at me with innocence in her eyes, waiting for my answer to an unspoken question. It was possible to confess your feelings without saying a word. It was time to decide. I was only lending you an umbrella since you were caught in the rain. Go on. I gave Miyu a push in the back. My hands were trembling, but I had to hope that Miyu wouldn't notice that. You've had your nose to the grindstone up until now, all because of that happened to you. Miyu reaffirmed her strong determination to succeed, yet even as she nodded in this affirmative, tears were beginning to well in her eyes. Then she turned her back to me. Her back was still close enough for me to reach her. Ah, this is so painful. Until that very moment, I had never realized just how much it could hurt to fall in love with someone. But if I want to find love on my own, I suppose it's a necessary pain to endure. Claire, Sarah. I was more than happy to suffer this pain. I see. I was more than happy to suffer this pain if I learned something from it. Up until last week, I used my pocket watch countless times to try my hand at confessing to girls, but now, all the names of interest I noted in my phone seem like nothing but lies. My pocket watch. I grab it, and its vice grip. I could still smash it and undo everything. There was still time. Only I had the power to make this choice. Yeah. I looked up when I heard Miyu's voice. But she was calling out to Shuji, not me. Our voice no longer trembled here. If Chrono's clock had no 5-minute time limit and allowed me to rewind time as far back as I wished, would I want to do my meeting with Miyu all over again? Thinking about it, honestly, Damn! It's just a choice, okay? I would not turn back time. I couldn't do it. I definitely couldn't do it. No matter what the final outcome of this was, I just couldn't just let everything Miyu had worked up until now go to waste like that. And so, I silently accepted the choice she had made. She liked him? As in past tense? She didn't like him. She liked him.
なかなか面白い結末だったな。
Evidently, Crow had been watching the entire charade. She floated down from the sky with a big fat grin on her face. It was an idiotic. It was an idiotic enough grin to get on my nerves right
い
away.
やいや、
This is no
な
laughing
かなか
matter.
の見せ物であった。これだから人の心は面白い。
Just wait until you become a human. I bet you will. Whatever. Good grief. Ultimately, nothing was to change from all this. The status quo had been preserved. As in past tense, after Miyu's bizarre confession of top side. Natty Sushi was a bit perplexed as to how he could respond to that. It was like the opposite of last week. Both men on the rooftop were completely postulated, and all he knew was completely stoic.
いろいろとお騒がせしてしまって。でも、この1週間で、それ以上にいろいろなことに気づいてしまったんです。私は、まだまだ人を好きになるには子供でした。だから、私に少しだけ時間をください。
つまり保留か？
はい。すみません。
Mia nodded her head. She had openly acknowledged the fault in her character. Shuji looked at me and Miyu followed his gaze to look at me too. You're not confessing to me, are you?
レイ先輩の答えはさっき聞きました。でも先輩の傘はまだ借りておきます。もっといい女になってみせますから。いつか迎えに来てください。ありがとうございました。
Miu bowed her head and then ran back into school. First, me and the other men on the roof were gawking stupidly at each other.
サンズエ、なんか食べにでも行くか。
Yeah, I'm gonna about to eat. Lock it up. You asked me how I know. It's just the two of you. I might just end up falling for you too. Sushi.
まったくだ。
Women are scary. I mean, they're not wrong. They can definitely be scary at times.
つまるところ、この1週間で成長したのはお主だけでなく、あのミユという女子も立派な女に成長したというわけだな。お前
Well,
の
like
地
me,
に
she
足がついて
matured
る
all
で
at
はない
once.
か。
I would say that it's more like I've been dragged,
それに
kicking
し
and
ても
screaming into grown up.
あのミユという女子は本当に運が良い。そうであろう？
Good
も
luck.
しもあの日、お主があの場に乱入しなければ、ミユは死んでいた。
But wasn't it unlucky for the fall from the roof to begin
告
with?
白をして振られて終わりだ。
Eh?
だが
She
結
certainly had
果
a
とし
point.
てそれを回避した。これまでの不運はこの幸運のための代償だな。まさに家福はあざなえる縄のごとし。
I don't think it's that
ま
simple.
あ、そう
After all, what
神
was I
経臭い
supposed
顔
to
を
do
する
now?
な、ご主人。願いが叶ったのだから。我が輩の力を得て
My wish?
面白おかしく日常を過ごせればと願ったではないか。絶好のスタートだ。
Sure. God damn it. There was nothing less to be said. This was the final resolution. I didn't know whether to be sad or angry, but all I could do was laugh. She was right. Wow, that was fun.
あれ
I heard a voice
こ
that
んな
wasn't
ところで
Carl's.
何してるの
Yo. I was talking to no one. As much as this girl is a psychopath, she does seem normal. Yeah. Makoto came over to me, having noticed me standing around and zoning out like that. What am I doing here, she says. What if I told you that I just had my heart broken? Makoto laughed. She seemed to think I was joking with her. Her smile really was comforting. I pulled out my phone. Opening the notepad, I glanced one last time at the list of girls' names. That I deleted it. Damn, okay. So that's like, he now understands that...
何
Hey, Makoto. Remember last week when we were coming to school and you hit me over Miss Hunter? I believe your exact words to me were clout. Let's just say I owe you one on
何か
clout.
思いついた
Let's go on a date. Okay, so he took a really big step. He deleted them with his note. Makoto's getting disbelief. I just grinned back at her. Tick tock, tick tock. First the clock advances. This is the end. Therefore, this is beginning. The springtime of youth is far from over. I still have my role to play in this leisurely Zegukus. This is the story of me and all those other girls. Oh, I almost forgot. It's the story of ChronoClock, too. Damn, the amount of times they mention the title of the game. Wait. Give me a second. Truly a game of wisdom that could go beyond class. That could go beyond a classic.
初めて伝えたい抑えられないこの気持ち勢いがきっと一番肝心返事が聞けなくてきっと臆病になるから
I'm gonna love the fuck out of this game. Okay, I don't know who the hell this is.
やり直しができるならすぐ伝えたい何回でも言えるほど勇気はないんだけど抱きしめるよりもキスをして時間の流れを追い越すほどあの約束の日をずっと覚えてる何度でも君を好きになるいつだって私が先だから今日から独り占めするの君だけよ二人の時間さえも
So what, we only met about 4 or 5 of the girls, there's one more? Several days of peace calmed to follow the storm and commotion involving Shiji and Miyu. One ordinary morning afterwards, I was snoozing in bed as usual. So tired. It's a pain in the ass. Having to wake up for school in the morning. Okay, so what, we're on... Oh, we're on shared one. Give me a second. But the more tired I am, the more satisfying it feels to pull the covers back over my head. Maybe the whole it will become once the sun is out. My temptation to go back to sleep can only increase further. But this kind of happiness is such a fleeting thing, it can only last for a few minutes. My random views with sleep was brutally interrupted by my phone alarm clock, which separated me from my bullet pal, in which the same way Rubia was separated from Juliet's. Oh, Rubia, wherefore our Rubio? Wait, that's Julie. That's Julia's line. Why am I assuming her role here? Oh, just give me 5 more minutes. Oh, right. Still half asleep, I reached out my hand, fumbling to find my pocket watch. I grabbed it and tossed it against the nearest wall. It cracked holding as it shattered, almost as if it were pressing how I treated it. Now I can get extra 5 minutes of sleep without any problem. This pocket watch really is a lifesaver for me.
Hi, good morning, ご主人様.
What the fuck? Wait, what? Slowly hearing on some of her voice going, combined with the cessation of the sheets being swing wide open. Standing before me was a maid I don't recognize. Yeah, I don't recognize. Okay, so what? She is new. Okay, I was gonna say, I don't think I remember her in the prologue. Her hair was a perfectly natural blonde, combined with her green eyes. Her looks contrast sharply with that of your average Japanese woman. A freaking hair! And a cute one at that. She may be too, but what the heck is going on here? I was still half currently from sleeping, so I still couldn't process it. While I glanced around in confusion, the maid simply smiled at me.
起きてましたか。だがしかし、ご主人様がテーブルにつかなければ朝のご飯にならないそうです。
Oh, this fella really thought he needed a maid. Oh, right. But first things first, who are you?
ドロシー・ダベンポート。フレンドは DD と呼びますので、ご主人様の
DD, oh, DD. Okay, I did see a name for that.
ご主人様で。
Am I your friend? Am I dreaming? Groggy though I was, it didn't feel like I was dreaming. Dog plots, the possibility's still there. Would a pretty foreigner girl in a mean outfit ever come to wake me up in the morning? Could that happen in reality? Yeah, right, what a lost that be. This really must be some kind of weird dream. I mean, I am still a sorry-ass virgin. So I guess this is my sexual frustration manifesting itself with work. Hey, you, come here, sir.
なんでござるか?
As I beckoned her close to a girl who called herself DTV, we crept down the seat and did as I asked. She didn't disobey it. She trusted me expectantly like a newborn puppy would, which I found entirely cute. I must have a really good imagination. When she came within nursery, I put my arms around her. She felt a short skull, which is not just a little bit well over my liking, but the small, warm sensation of touching her girl into my sister was nice. The scent of her britsh who launched here was so real I could only. This isn't her dream! I never family. I was even more surprised than she was, since her body felt very, very real. My maid girl was a big star. Her cheeks were bright red. Now I've done it. And if I didn't know who she was, I had just practically broke this young woman without her consent. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. I ignored her confusion. I grabbed the pocket watch blind beside my pal and hurled it against the ground. But it just bounced off the ground and dusted her off. Wait, what? Wait a minute, I already used that thing a little while ago for something totally worthless. What? You just wasted your time and then you have to wait another hour before you can go back to bed. Oh, I guess there's only one way out of this for me now. I'm so sorry. I bowed deeply in front of the main girl. This is a totally stupid excuse, but I guess I was still half asleep. I was about to now tell to her for forgiveness. But she just smiled.
Yes!
Oh, will you forgive me? That was almost too easy. I probably could have gone away with cat hair first if I wanted to, Matt. This game does not hold back. While reflecting yet again on the choice I'd made and pondered over what I might have done differently, another voice rang out.
ご無事ですか？
Michiru came into the room wearing a school uniform. Morning, Michiru. Why would I be alright?
兄様の低層を奪われていないか心配になりました。
That's crazy. You know, you worries probably worry me. You better more than they worry you. I am still chastised as ever. Sadly. I guess this maid girl must have barged into Michiru's room too before she came to wake me. Plus, it seems like Michiru didn't quite understand what was going on here.
では朝ごはんにしましょう。私はドロシー
No, wait, who are you? Yeah, but why are you here? That's what I'm wondering. No, I meant like your background. Oh, like where you come from, why you here, that sort of thing.
日本の人は細かいこと気にしますね。
These aren't minor details at all, lady. Even having the point of the internal dual mat wasn't doing my ability to reach heart. But this charming young lady in a maid uniform smiled and refused to waver.
このハウスにお世話になるだけでは心苦しかったので、メイドさんをすることにしました。
Our homestead.
そして、
So you got
ご
hired
主
by
人様
somebody.
とお嬢様専門のメイドということになったのです。
I still don't get it.
どう考
I
え
really
て
don't
も
know who you are.
他のメイドに厄介払いされただけですね。
I thought the same thing, but playing that aside. A homestead
日本
here?
に来たかったのです。なるほど。あの話の方でしたか。しかし、予定ではもっと先の日程だと伺いましたが。頑張って早く来ちゃいました。
So you came early. Michiru just nodded, but I still couldn't grasp the situation. Michiru, do you believe her?
お互いのおじい様が知り合いだったらしく、その縁もあって DD さんを父が預かることになったそうです。
Ah, that little curve. But I know he probably would do shit like that. He really would have somebody.
日本は最高です。
And she's a fan. Good. Well, I mostly understood by now. There was still one sentimental mystery surrounding this girl, though. If DT was going to be doing a homestay here, how come I never heard a word about it?
お伝えしていましたよ。
Well, yeah, I guess. Even if our grandfathers knew her, she wouldn't just barge into our house without being invited. Man's just so busy I've never really had any time to talk to him, but still, you think I'd have heard something about it. I found myself gunting Michiru, who had turned away from me. Michiru, were you hiding the homestay thing for all this time, by any chance? You son of a bitch. You think you can get away with that? That is a crime.
見たくても。
Look me in the eyes. Do it. You know what I mean? It's a figure of speech a ton is late. No. No. Hey, no comments in the peanut gallery. Damn right I am, you little. I play my finger immensely at DD. What's the plan? Just sigh and turn back to Michiru. In any case, I think I have a good idea why you wouldn't tell me.
質問させてもよろしいではないですか。
Quit complaining! I probably spoiled my little sister, but I could never scold her for acting she acts like this. Well, basically said that Naruto would be living with us now, and Michiru would naturally be jealous of any girl around, but she would be living on the same roof as me. Michiru as always is being way too clingy with me. I get the hell.
私のことでトラブルでしたか？
It depends. No, it's fine anyway. I'll come to the dining room living room. I just need to get dressed first.
私もメイドさんご飯を食べてきます。
That girl left the room just as suddenly as she had entered. Michiru, can you wait outside? It seems like a good idea to walk to the dining room together. I figured she was gonna leave, but she still let
DD さんは可愛いのですか？
What? Alright, oh yeah, totally. Sure. Nature probably had an alternate motive for asking the question, but even so, it's not like she would be able to discern that on her own. I'd be lying if I said she wasn't cute.
ごめんなさい。
I answered her directly.
ありがとうございます。
Oh, hey, wanna explain why you strung us together?
リリーさんのことを兄様に黙っていたこと、感謝は私に嘘をつかずにいてくださったことにです。
I see. I patted my whole sister on the head. Well, I just tried to get along with her. Mitra smiled like a beautiful flower when I made that request. Ultimately, it came time for us to leave for school.
ジャパニーズ制服はとっても
No, I can't see it still on you. No. DT was cheerfully touring like a merry-go-round in front of the gate. Craning my neck to let I notice how much the hair's letting go. I guess if you're saying this, you must be going to high school too. Oh, nothing. It's just uniform really suits you. DT flashed a lordly smile, and I had to remember some not to worry about Michiru, who had tightened her grip on my arm. Is wearing a school uniform really that exciting?
それにイギリスではロンドンや大きな町以外のスクールでは制服がないこともあります。
I see. Sure, UK? Oh, I see. So you're from the UK, DD? Since I had been completely in the dark until now, I barely knew anything about her. Well, I gave us something to talk about on the way to school anyways. The three of us continued walking to the monorail station. During that time, I made an effort to sort out all the so I heard from DT. DT equals Dorothy Davenport. DT equals Dorothy Davenport, citizen of the United Kingdom, same age as me, no siblings in her family. I still only knew the bare minimum details about her. Putting that aside, I decided to exchange phone numbers with her, just in case she got lost or ran into an emergency.
なぜ日本に興味を持たれたのですか？
Mitra, which had been quiet until then, asked her a question. She means like, what the first thing that got you interested in Japan?
そもそも私のグランパは日本人でした。だから私の家では日本のことがよく話になりました。なるほど。クォーターなんですね。イエス！おじいさま同士は日本にいた頃からのお知り合いだったんですか？お仕事ではないことです。ミスター・サワタリが旅行中、偶然私たちのアップルファームで私のグランパと会い、パブで仲良くなったそうです。リンゴ？ファーム？
So a plantation? And how words does that mean your family farms for a living?
何もありませんが、自然がたくさんの素敵な場所です。
Seeing her bright smile, I imagined her home must be a real paradise. It was pretty surprising to hear my granddaughter knew anyone outside of work, let alone came to meet someone by such a strange twist of fate. And then DT suddenly started shaking with excitement.
そもそもは私は日本のご飯に猛烈に感動しました。
She raised her voice without warning as she made that
イギリスのご飯は
proclamation.
本当にマジールです。和食と中華は最高です。
Mitsuru, but plenty of other people around us nodded their eyes on us. What you can't even put up for?
食べるということはライフをレフトライトする重要なことです。
That even affects our decisions and lives. Come to think of it, this morning she said that she couldn't eat until we woke up.
兄様、私ちょっと彼女と仲良くなれそうな気が。
Funny though, I was just thinking we didn't have to keep her guard up with her as a guest too. This girl seems like she was perfect too just now. Echo opt. She failed to notice our judgment of her as siblings. Instead, seemed very pleased with the proclamation she had just made. Continue or eat breakfast. I see. She must have quite a strange metabolism. Well, whatever. You're pretty good at Japanese, though.
響きがとってもキュートな言葉だと思います。ラウリルレロなどはベリーベリーですよ。日本語の発音もきちんとしていますね。母が日本語を話せましたが、さらにネットのゲームとアニメで勉強しました。
Then she wants animation?
紅茶が飲みたいね。
I want to use an anime. Copa. DT foliage her left hand in a kind of salute. Wait a minute, you were doing just fine until you put on that corny accent. Are you having a chuckle with it?
私、日本語よくわかりません。
Don't give me that, you're just imitating a character. I reached down and grabbed the issue without even thinking about it. God damn it, you're just one of those weeaboos who can't do or say anything without making everyone within earshot cringe at you. Who in this country doesn't know about that game by now?
いつもの調子を取り戻されていますね。
Of course I'm gonna be self-conscious around a floor now. I'm beating my head against the goddamn lineage barrier here. She seemed about to cry, so I let go.
日本にホームステイするにあたって半年も必死に練習した口調がこんなにも簡単に見破られるとは。
Some idea of practice you have. Surely you have better ways of wasting your time. And all my eyes at her as I retorted.
私が日本を愛している気持ちには変わりありません。
If you're just into this country as a hobby, maybe instead of a homestead, you could have just taken a vacation here.
兄様と漫才をしに来日したわけでもないでしょうしね。あ、
You wouldn't mind telling us what that was for? Oh my god. Lady shook her head, but I somehow had a really bad feeling about this. I might just have to put your cheeks again, I don't know. You're not saying much to help me understand things here.
ご主人様は私のことをランドファーザーから何も聞いてませんか？
No, I don't know who the fuck you are. She seemed to be begging me for some kind of recognition, but I couldn't imagine why. What are you talking about? Dee seemed to part things over from
漫
it.
才はともかくご主人様に会ってみたかったなというのはそもそもなのです。
Okay.
日本のことを調べ
For
た
a
り
start.
来てみたかった理由です。
I still don't get it. What are you talking about?
本当に嫌な予感がします。
Yeah, I thought she likes him. I have a bad feeling about this. Dee looked at me, then looked at Michiru. DT looked at me, and then looked at Michiru, and then finally her expression became
それが酔った時の冗
very
談
serious.
だったことは分かっています。でも私とご主人様のグランパは
What?
私とご主人
I'm
様を
sorry, what?
結婚させ
That's
よう
not.
と話をよくしていたそう
No,
で
how any part of that? No, I don't want any part of that. Yeah, no thank you. What? That's my expression. What the fuck? I haven't heard Michiru give such a sharp outburst like that in a long time. I was found in place sometimes. DT smiled earnestly. You mean you're my fiancé? Okay, you can go back to the UK. You know, fuck off. Why don't you do your plane trip back to the UK? Getting a DT up to hopefully or not clarify things for his spells.
ちょっとお待ちなさ
Oh,
い
you fucking.
おてんこ娘
Chiyo's reaction was instantaneous. I don't blame her. I'm pissed off
そんな
too.
ことはどうでもいいのですそれより旅費は出すからイギリスへ帰りなさいヤンキー
That's fine. Okay. Yeah, you can go back to the UK and you can go live on the Appy sale. That pissed me off. Last I checked, Yankees are Americans.
私頭はよろしくありません
That's a hell of a thing to say with that kind of confidence, you know?
何をのんきにされているのですか飛行機のシートに座るつもりがないなら箱詰めにして荷物扱い
Yeah,
にして
yeah,
よろし
let's
い
put
の
her in a very big suitcase. You can go the hell back in the UK.
いやさっきトークしましたが私だって言い名付けのプロミスがだけどやっぱり年頃のガールとして言い名付けという存在は
No, I got it.
一度は
Nah,
お会いしたかっ
fuck
た
no.
んです
You. No, you can go back to the UK. Take your verification.
露骨
Keep
な
quiet with
船
you
を
as
立
well.
てるのはおやめなさいただでさえ兄様は
Hey, I kept my mouth shut because I didn't want Dee Dee to know any more about it. But how the hell did Michiru find out about it?
ではご主人様は誰のものなんですか
That's
兄様
why
は
not
私のも
you.
のですよ
No, not you either.
なるほどお嬢様の方が偉くてご主人様はお嬢様のものでしたか
Wow. I get confused. That's the opposite. Damn it, do you two secretly hate me? Even if only a few days have gone by since then, I was starting to miss Miu's maturity and fundamentally
私は
alive.
少し DD さんと込み入ったお話があることになりましたので先に投稿して何が
Can I trust you
行わ
alone,
れる
DG, right now?
万が一のことを考えれば関わり合い
Oh yeah, I just want to know, DD. I put both my hands on DD's shoulder. I think Michu here wants to get along with
私
you.
も大和なでしこのお嬢様と仲良くなりたいです
Alright, Michiru. Just don't sell the dope out, okay?
私
Say, I'll be buying a drink when you get home.
ないことですよ
No, that's not what he was saying. Don't worry about it. I'm probably gonna need to buy flowers too for next time I see you, so take care. Yeah, you're gonna have a family. It's okay. Every once in a while you get in a class, you probably will have to get the
ご
retouched
主人
limbs.
様もお達者で
Yeah. He is so skewed. Well, Didi's on there feeling a lot towards the station without looking back for a second. Farewell, dear. I know we'll meet soon. Sunday, funny day. Bye. Well, I know we'll meet. Good. Still, so is she dead? I took them out of the school where Makoto was waiting and grabbed me by the
ど
necktie
うい
again.
うことなのかな
Whoa, fuck, why you do the sign? Why do you always want to fucking kill him? I could ask the same you. Gigi was the one who set off the death flag, so what do I have to feel? My life is seriously at stake right now. Also, good
挨
morning.
拶なんかよりあの話のことだよ
Yeah. No, although Makoto was staring me down this, so she was blushing all the same. I kinda don't know
あれ
actually.
だよあれ
Oh, baby said no, what thing that he's not happy about that. Oh, he might have asked her out, but you know. You trying to pull that thing card on me now? You?
それどんな詐欺
Molly, Molly, that thing, I forgot about that thing. I told you about that thing. See, you know that thing
そ
or
こから
something?
どうやってお金を振り込ませるのかすっごく腕の見せ所 ぎだね。
I really managed to impress Makoto with my acting. I see he sucked and let go of my necktie. Damn, we got a new song? This wouldn't have to do with me saying what's going on in date to you recently, would it? Makoto pretended like it was a ridiculous joke when I asked her, but I didn't really see how I'd been thinking about it. I really didn't mean it as a joke, though. No, it's the complete opposite from my experience. Just realized that not too long ago. That magic is so good, though. I swear, the creators of the games were just some actual geniuses. I was trying to call her my euphoria as I spoke. And if I learned one thing from my time with you, it was that corrupted people had a lot more potential to succeed than I'd thought, as opposed to those who just let what pass them by. Alright, people are fundamentally bad at deciding things for themselves. I was one of those people. If I was presented with a situation where I needed to make a choice, I would frustrate until I don't have any choices to make left. If I was told what to do, I'd put it off until I barely had any time left to do it. And if it all blew up in my face, I could just tell myself at the time I didn't have any choice. It was the way of thinking that hindered my ability to grow and mature as a person. A person who is proactive, on the other hand, is able to prioritize and pursue the best course of actions on the beginning. Of course, those people are not immune to failure, but they act without any time to worry about failing, and when they get knocked down, they just get up again. Indeed, a person like that who fails something on their first try would just use the experience to better themselves, so they're more likely to succeed on their second try. You could call it courage, you could call it foresight. The glass can be half full or half empty. Yet, come what may, if I want to go on a date with a girl, it'd be a lot quicker to ask that girl directly instead of waiting around for someone to ask me. It took about 2 seconds for all those spots to flash from my eye. Makoto Tower has seemingly confused. I mean, yeah, it isn't always for couples. Yeah. If you want a date with someone you fancy, you're thinking like, man, I'm having so much fun. Being with them really makes well. I think that's when you should seriously consider being in a relationship with that person. Nakaya looked strangely impressed, but then she put her hand to her forehead and a chill look came onto her face. What do you think a date should be like? Grab his tails? I am. Hey, Sanjuro, is it that big of a deal to you? Can you even walk with that kind of weight on you? How we want to talk. Sounds like it sucks to be you, too. Even in a large corporation like my family's, it would be considered bad form to talk about arranged marriages before I even came of age. Nakoto's family situation might even be tougher than mine. Well, since I'm in on your secret anyway, I wouldn't mind hearing you out. Is there anything that would bother you about it? I just want to get to know you more. We don't have to call it a day. We can just think of it, hanging out with no friend of yours. If you're cool with it, huh? Wait a minute. How did I end up actually making plans for a date with Makoto? How did it come to this? Hi, I'm Makoto. Makoto made haste and laughs, evidently ignoring what I was trying to say. Bro's razor is so good that even he fell for him. Well, now what do I do? There's no way I can get over by saying it was all a joke now. A date with Makoto? My heart was pounding like crazy. Good grief. I put my bag on my desk and tried to wipe the stupid grin off my face. Makoto was looking over at me since we were in the same bathroom, but I ignored her since it didn't seem like she had anything to say. issues this morning.
絶好調だ。
Hurry on up.
皮肉を言い合ってても仕方
Can
ない
you
な
hear it?
ま、なんか肩が軽くなったのは事実だ。
Shuji seemed to be relieved, having finally resolved the unrequired showings he had for me throughout this time. Look on the bright side, maybe the bright side, maybe you'll have luck with another girl now.
フラグって言えば転校生が来るって話。女だ。しかも留学生だし。
Oh yeah, sounds like he's talking
みた
about
いだ
Didi.
な。
Is she in our
サンゼイが
class?
登校してくる前、教師が新しい机を運び込んできたから聞き出した。
Well, there I thought we'd be in the same class still. I presume my father might have pulled some strings so I could look after a guest. I mean, they wouldn't exactly set the transfer student right in the middle of this semester otherwise. Of course I am. I was really a little uneasy about how to handle the situation, so that tempered my excitement a little. Well, clear Sarah. Might make things more interesting.
私のクラスルームですね。
Well, fuck. Our topping discussion spoke out from the
皆
hallway.
さん、グッモーニングでおはようございます。
は？
Shuji and all other students stared in astonishment as Didi merrily walks into the room without hesitation. Even as everyone eyes locked onto her, her smile held steady.
フレンドは DD と呼びますので、皆さんもそう呼ぶといいです。
Consonant.
転校生ですよ。
Are you supposed to be waiting outside and let the teacher introduce you first? I retorted under my breath as per usual, even if she wasn't close enough to hear. God only knows if every British person is this laid back and jovial. Well, just Nancy! Of course, Didi noticed me, but she was surrounded by a mob of curious classmates, preventing her from speaking up.
マジで可愛いな。
Yeah, do me a favor and date her for me, Shuji. Shuji and I just sit
いや、
in the back and watched.
俺の好
You
み
think
と
she's
は
your
正
type?
反対だ。
Aw, man. You're telling me. Well, if Shuji and I could do talking, more people started streaming.
ありゃ、
Into the
ホー
classroom
ムル
and
ームが
surrounding
始まる
Didi.
まで収まりそうもないな。
I wonder if I should do something. The crowd around Didi was quite curious. And I wanted to know where she was from, how she got so good at Japanese, and a lot of other stuff I asked her this morning. It would be nice if she didn't mention that she was staying in my house with a poor about supposedly being my fiancé. This is that thought across my hand. Didi waved at me. What? I fed my pocket out against the bar with as much force as I could muster. That guy is so fucking brilliant. I feel another goddamn loony in my life
な
now.
んだよ突然。
I wasn't sure exactly what point in time I had returned, and she seemed confused at my frustrating mumbles. It's nothing, just talking to myself here. I had to turn my attention. I need to stop her from calling master, but I already knew she would blurt that word out the second I started talking to her. I already turned back time once, so fairy was not an option. I thought so, and then I put my index finger against my lips. Suddenly she recognized when these notes reached, she looked quite surprised, but then she stopped. I was reporting the plan. Having gotten her attention, I pointed my finger to myself and made a cross sign with my fingers. However, she picked up on things and that, and so in turn, don't talk about me or don't mention your visit to me. But from then her face lit up and she... I got about feeling that smile. I kept eye contact with her to finish getting my point across. Your thing, you see. This girl's crazy. Now, keep doing it. There you go. Oh, geez, I got a bad feeling about this smile. I kind of really finished getting my point across. Putting a stern look on my face, I shook my head. Like this. Uh-huh. The chicken nuggets, please. dating Abini once again. Did she really understand that?
サンフィは何してるんだ？
Shuji hadn't joined the crowd, so noticing DZ and me gesturing at each other like sign language information, he was naturally a bit confused. I ignored him anyway since I still had my eye on what DZ was going to do next. The smile suddenly disappeared from DZ's face and she cleared felt. My classmates were all hanging out on every word I wanted to have to say.
私はあそこにいるご主人様のホームにステイしていません。
No! Oh, why did you keep your mouth
言い
shut?
つけではありません。
Fucking what? And my response is clearly the same as last time!
どうしてたんですか、ご主人様。こっちに。
Then I am my fucking ass! I pushed through the crowd of students to get to Didi, grabbing her shoulder so that I could shake some sense into her. Were you actually born yesterday or something? That wasn't a denial. That was you digging my fucking grave.
世界が回っております。しかし、世界の中心は
No, she doesn't.
です。
I don't like the fucking British. Shut up! You're in Rising Sun territory now. While this is certainly at first, I turn back time and the situation gets even worse. Our classmates were, of course, completely astounded, trying to mentally process what Dia just announced in front of them.
同い年の金髪メイドが言い名付けってどこのラノベだ？
Oh my god. That's the same damn thing I thought when I woke up this morning. Oh Christ, what a clusterfuck this is. Now what do I do? Which will follow is everything DT just gave a suspicious, non-denial denial of what was the truth. Guess I have to fight fire. If I call for neutral, I could stir up the kind of mayhem reserved for summoning the demon king from a parallel universe and make my exit stage right. Buzzing to his door, I suddenly wished for mutual to appear. I meant it as a joke, but someone really did appear in the doorway.
一から話は聞かせてもらったわよ。私というものがありな
Yeah, he got my ass. Yeah, what the hell is with my ass built? Talk about fighting fire with fire gasoline. Shit. I mean, fuck. Has Miyu put a curse on me or something? The keys ones are always the most dangerous after
日
all.
本って思っていたより賑やかな国なんですね。これがいい名付けなの？私よりおっぱい小さいじゃない。
Calling kids a lot. What the fuck?
胸のトークはやめてください。
Well, whatever. Screw this. I stepped away from all the commotion. It didn't matter if I was there or not. People would have got out of your way, like a perfect catch-22. How?
レイ
The
君、
turtle who never joined the
あ
group
の
came right
DD さ
over
ん
to.
と結婚するのに私とデートしような。
That's not what happens. Yeah. Come on, I wouldn't hear Iron Rose if I actually had a fiancé. Everyone's just having a laugh about it.
ところで
Makoto
さっ
sang
きメ
relief.
ールするって言ったけど、レイ君の番号知らないから後でこっそり教えて。
Oh, sure. I get it now. There really would be more opportunities like this ahead if I were more proactive in my advances. Well, this is jocks. After that, the classroom got really noisy between classes because of DT, so I just decided to get the hell out of Dodge and buy myself an hallway. I'm not in the mood to stay behind for that intercrewy. DT is cute and easy to get along with, so it's no surprise she'd be popular. Even avoiding all the fiancé talk, people would be jealous if they knew about how I got along with her. On top of that, people from totally different classes had come around, eager to meet the new foreign exchange student. Well, I just have to give them 2 or 3 days. They'll love rednecking it like that, but they'll get used to it soon enough. Well, and finally, it was lunch. I needed to find some place to eat. I could go outside, climb the stairs up to the roof, or hide in the bathroom. I probably wouldn't force myself to eat there. I decided to go upstairs. Maybe I prefer places because I'm a moron. At this point, it's becoming a habit of mine to eat lunch on the roof. Well, shit.
何よあなた。
Well, that didn't do a first use. We're here too ugly. I believe that's my lie. What are you two hanging around here for? Alright, so I think that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up here. This game has got me really invested, so yeah, this game is very fun, and I'm very interested in playing more. First thing I have to do a lot of like compressing for the videos and stuff. But anyways, have a good weekend, and